Hello everyone, welcome to another Twilight Princess Wolfdash race. We got ZachLink and DeanMachine here, main bracket winners round 1. Jaquatus here and Simikins will be joining us shortly.
Oh. All right, yeah, this should be a fun race between ZachLink and DeanMachine. Yeah, I would definitely expect Zach to win this one, but it should be definitely an interesting race. I could see it going either way. Zach's PB is like a good chunk better. I think Zach's PB is like a low 250 and Dean has a 257. But you never know. Crazy things happen in TP, and Dean is also a very good runner at this game, so we should be in for a good show. And as a reminder, just of where we are in the tournament, this is the first round of the winners bracket in the main bracket. And so the winner of this race will move on to face Doopsy in the second round of the winners bracket, and the loser will be banished to the Shadow Realm of the losers bracket, I guess, to face off against Glubbers, it looks like. So definitely, it's a double elimination tournament. So you definitely don't want to get sent to losers bracket too early, because you'd have to win a lot of games to fight your way out. So both of these runners will definitely want to win tonight. We're getting close to getting started. I think we're just waiting on Dean to get his game pulled up and ready to go. Okay, hopefully my commentary audio is loud enough now. Anyway, and Simi should be here soonish. He's just not at a place where he could commentate quite yet, so he'll join us shortly, I think. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to start here, so it should be kicking off soon. Yeah, hopefully both of our runners will get back in time first try rather than losing like 40 seconds to voiding. But they can be tricky sometimes. There's a way of doing it with where you can unplug the controller and do safety back in time at the end of the bridge to like kind of make it, less risky. But sometimes the unplug strat just won't work if you have like a weird controller or something. So we'll see. I'm guessing that neither of these runners will do the unplug strat. You'll be able to tell by like how quickly they drop off the bridge. If they're very fast, they're just trying to press A and the map button at the same time. So I suspect at this point that most people are probably familiar with the basics of how the run works, but just as a refresher, we're trying to go ahead and clip through this gate here. Zach got it quickly, and so did Dean. Dean going for risky back in time. I think that he got the frame. He did. Wow. Zach getting a pretty fast safety bid. So Zach is going to lose a little bit of time there. But yeah. So, of course, by voiding out on the title screen here and then saving, we can take some of the properties of the title screen link, essentially, into a save file, which has some nice effects. Among them, we'll have Tamed Epona, which will allow us to get the Iron Boots early. we also already have the Ordon Sword and Hylian Shield. Yeah, it'll also lock us out of doing certain things in Ordon later, unfortunately, so we'll have to do a trick called Sword and Shield Skip to deal with that, but these are just, normal things for those who are familiar with this run. But for the next few minutes, we'll have a lot of rolling and hopefully not a lot of bonking, unlike what Deet just did, but... But yeah, the runners will be trying as hard as they can to chain rolls, frame perfectly so as to lose as little speed as possible. Few bonks here. It is worth noting the game is very dark. Specifically the standard definition version of the game, so for GameCube and Wii, it's just by default really dark and hard to see in caves without the lantern. You can kind of work around this by just like turning up the brightness ridiculously so that you can kind of just see, but anyway. Zach doing some lag reduction strats there by pointing the camera to the side while rolling around. The Barnwood's main area is pretty laggy, so ideally we just face the camera away from where all the action is to try to make it so the console doesn't have to work quite as hard. So Dean is also doing something similar here by pointing the camera way to the right. We'll probably see Zach doing it as well in a second. Although, maybe not. So, of course, the reason that we're rolling all the way through here is because the game wants us to save Tallow. Thankfully, because of Back in Time, we have the sword here. Otherwise, we would have to have the goblins break the cage for us and then push them all until they drown. So thankfully, we don't have to do that. Looks like Simi has joined us. Hello, Simi. I think Zach got the instant cage break. Very nice. Zach is also saying, apparently he's in chat, saying that the camera manipulation in the second part of rolling through the main part of Farnwoods, I guess, is slower. I did not know that, but good to know.
Yo, sorry I'm late.
So we got goats here. So both these runners, I assume they'll both be going right to start. It's a little bit easier to go left, but going right is faster. And indeed they do. And so we're looking for under 20 seconds for both runners would be a pretty good time. So hopefully they can get some good goats here. Unfortunately, the goats sometimes don't want to behave, in which case we call them Howards for whatever reason. But looks like the goats behaving pretty well for both runners. Neither got sub 20, but still pretty good.
And they're practically synced at this point, which is not common at this part of the race.
Right. Well, and Simi, you weren't here yet, but Dean also went for risky Back in Time. He didn't do the safety Back in Time at the end of the bridge.
Nice.
Yeah. So definitely, Dean must feel like he really needs to go for pretty much everything to try to beat Zach here. That would lose a lot of time to fail that. Although it may just be Dean's personality. I think he just likes to go for stuff in races.
To be honest, like, I can relate to that, and personally, like, my controller is just so terrible with bridge bit that I'm more consistent with side bit, so maybe that's the case for him as well, like, more consistent and faster, why not do it?
So I was mentioning that earlier. I've had it in the past where sometimes the unplug strat with my controllers won't work, and I think it's something with my controller. So is it like the same thing with you, where you do the unplug and it just doesn't register the inputs, or is it just when you're trying to like press map and A at the same time?
No, basically what you described. Both of them entering the bow fight now, and it's funny because in normal runs, usually this would be a thing that you would just reset over if it went badly, but we don't have the opportunity here. Dean going with a safe strat at first, not slapping to go for a one cycle, going for grabs immediately. Zach failing the one cycle, but catching him on second. Oh, synced after round one, also not common. Yeah, so if you get a slap on the first round, you can go for the one cycle, but on round one, it's safer to go for the grab like Dean did.
That's interesting. I didn't realize it was actually safer. I know it's safer on the second round, which is interesting that Dean was going for the slap the second time.
No, it's safer to slap the second round. I mean, you can argue either way, but like if you can one cycle, it's better to one cycle. But Dean with that nice round two, advancing, and Bo holding Zach back for a bit longer.
I thought Bo had like 50% slap on second cycle, and then first cycle it was like a good chance to do nothing, and then like roughly even chances to slap or dodge. But I'd have to check it.
Yeah, I don't think that's on hand, but
RNG.
Regardless, Bo decided to not pick any of the favourable options for Zach, which is giving Dean a comfy lead to start off with. Interesting, I just noticed that they're both on NTSC English, so there's no language shenanigans going on here. Which means they both will actually have to be collecting rupees. That's one of the things that has entered the meta recently, is playing on French, meaning not needing to collect any rupees, but rupees are going to be part of the conversation for this race. Do you know also, I'm assuming they both do ELH,
yeah,
right?
I checked for this. They do both do ELH.
Cool.
You can tell based on their splits. Well, chat won't be able to see the splits, but they're both definitely on ELH.
On my screen.
Oh, yeah.
Dean getting box break. Always love to see it. So at the start of races, usually the big separators are Bo and Sword and Shield skip. So Dean got out from Bo about 20 seconds ahead, and then we've got the movement through sewers before we've got the next kind of big obstacle in Sword and Shield skip. But that's the thing with these high-level races now. It's not just these big tricks that matter, so we'll see if Zach can make up some time just through sewers movement as well.
Yeah,
and sewers is down that gap.
It's not all just movement in sewers. There's some like one-frame things that you can do as well that create a little bit of variation. Some of them are easier to get, and then others you just kind of have to mash for and hope. They save a little bit of time each one that you get.
And we'll definitely point out where they are and see if they do actually factor in.
Yeah. There's a couple other time savers that'll come up here too that we'll note. But there's a bunch of them, so I don't know if we're going to be able to mention every single one that comes up, but this whole area has been pretty optimized just generally.
Yeah, being at the very start of a run that we reset a lot, everyone's done this area thousands of times.
Yep. So Dean, for example, may be going for a mid text displacement here. Let's see if he gets a... He does. So that saves... I think somebody said it saved like a second and a half.
It's less than a second, but it matters.
Okay. All right, see. So
and Gilson got that text there as well. So breaking those rocks without hitting the mid text lets you skip it. Hooray. Let's see if Zach gets the TD as well. He does. And hopefully we don't demonstrate what it looks like to fail the text gap that Dean just did.
It looks like we will, though.
That looks like a fail. So
yeah.
They were 18 seconds apart entering sewers, so
We mentioned some other one-framers, so every time there's a midna jump, except for one spot in the game, if there's a midna jump with text before it, if you get like an A press on the one frame after the text, basically, you can just
the key's getting him.
Skip some of the waiting animation. There will be another one here out of the cutscene, but this one's a little bit easier to get because you can kind of time it for the frame after the start press, that looks like what Dean did there.
Zach getting one of those one-frame jumps, though.
Yep. Yeah, there's a couple of those jump attacks out of cutscenes that are sort of similar. Runners have a couple different ways of dealing with them. I think Dean kind of waits for the cutscene. At least he did there. He kind of waits for the cutscene to show up and then just times start an A without mashing. I think Zach, the way he does it is he'll two-hand mash start an A and just timing it so it's one frame after another, and it should work most of the time.
Yeah, unfortunately not the cleanest steals from either of them. Dean kind of getting harassed by those keys, and Zach missing the tech skip, but still I think Zach closed a bit of the gap. Yeah, only 15 seconds behind Dean now, so 15 seconds apart entering sword and shield skip.
There will be a bit more RNG here in terms of where Hugo spawns as well. So ideally he'll spawn in a spot where he can just see you immediately, but sometimes he'll spawn all the way at the back and be facing the wrong way, so you kind of just have to run all the way over to him.
Like
you can see this, yeah. So Zach will probably save some time here because of that.
It's always interesting to see as well. I love watching Sword and Shield win races because you really see the decisions that racers are making with how risky they're going to go. Because in a run, the level of risk you take to try and get a fast one is kind of a lot more than you would in a race. And being safer to have a better chance of getting it can cost them time if someone's going to go for a risky jump. I'm not sure. It's also interesting too, hearing when racers watch the restream or when they don't, because some like to track where their opponent is, and I feel like in somewhere like this, that's where it would put on extra pressure, especially if Zach knows that he's behind.
I think Zach is in chat, so I think he does know.
That was Dean went for a risky one.
Yeah, it was Hugo standing maybe a little bit too far to the left there. Zach also going for a risky one, so both failing.
I feel like that's the pressure of trying to catch up, maybe. The thing is, though, both of those positions could have worked well, but they both rushed them.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think either of these runners actually have a different mentality when doing PB attempts and doing races. I know Zach just doesn't like waiting for Hugo for forever, so he'll just go for one that looks like it can work. And Dean is similar. He likes to just go for fast rats and races. Also, probably thinking, Zach's PB is really good. I need to be at the top of my game, so I should just go for the first sword and shield skip that could work.
And then they both miss.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't make a big difference so far. It'll make a big difference if somebody gets it and somebody doesn't.
It's interesting though, it seems like Zach failed faster because now they're synced.
Well, Dean had to grab a heart because he was low on health. Had to is maybe strong.
For Dean right now though.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't go for that one. Never go for
that.
Oh
no!
Oh no, Dean missing the second jump attack.
Yeah, that one looked good. I guess he just didn't press A fast enough. Yeah, that was definitely a situation where you would not want to slide.
2 fails at the start of a race is not how you want to be opening it, but I'm sure Zach is pleased to have finally gotten past that. This is one of those things where it gets more and more stressful the more attempts you have at it. Especially if you know that your opponent is moving on.
Yeah.
But it has to be patient with it.
Yeah, for sure. It makes a big difference, but there are other things later in the run that, can save or lose a comparable amount of time.
It's a long run. I'm sure Zach will be relieved to be out of there, though. It's one of those tracks, it requires a lot of patience. And so being in this extra stressful situation while doing it is almost like makes you play in a way that is kind of opposite to how you should be trying to approach it, with the care and patience to push him into a comfy position. Meanwhile, Zach, defending those Shadow Beasts, is going to be running through and ignoring the first vessel as Dean continues to gently nudge Hugo into a nicer position. Please don't rush it. It's a nice angle.
Good position. Okay,
That
don't
should be
slide. Good, there we go.
Very nice. It's
Dean,
not
don't
over
give
yet,
up
Dean.
yet.
Never over till it's over.
You can still get Gorge Void, and Zach, maybe you'll miss it. We'll see. And there are other things that can run, like Stallard Skip, which I don't know if Dean goes for. I would assume that he does, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's interesting that the density of like large obstacles in TP, they're like mostly at the start, and then like placed around a bit later on. So the next one, which usually isn't a problem, but can cause issues sometimes, is early Master Sword, which Zach is approaching. And then we'll have a bit of breathing room in Sacred Grove. It's kind of nice, like, after those first like stressful 15, 20 minutes, you get like a nice long cutscene to calm you down.
Yeah, you get like, I want to say like 4.5 minutes of, downtime. Well, and that's not even including Grove, which is kind of calming. I mean, pretty much after you get Sword and Shield Skip, you got like probably a good almost 10 minutes until you have to do like a real trick again.
Bad swing from Zach. He has less health than he would want. Still gets a good angle for that early Master Sword bow.
I'll be interested to see if he grabs the hearts outside of Grove here, if he knows about them. Okay.
No, it's going risky. Okay, just don't get hit.
If he gets hit a single time, he'll game over and start Grove all over again.
Which I'm sure every single one of us has had happen before.
Yeah. There are, as far as I'm aware, the grass to the right of the entrance has 2 guaranteed hearts in it. Every time that I have gone in that grass, there have been 2 hearts, so I'm pretty damn sure it's guaranteed. And so they're pretty quick to be able to grab and just, not risk losing your run if you're on like half a heart going into Grove.
That's one of the things, like, when Sword and Shield Skip goes badly, if you have less than 2.5 hearts, you can't take as many hits from Jamal, so like getting bad luck can end up being worse. So Dean's, even though he had half a heart more than Zach, is in the same position where he can only tank 1 hit from the Shadow Beast. So more risk of having to do a retry.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, Jamal usually behaves, but sometimes he'll do a bunch of fast swings in a row. I heard somebody yesterday probably had like 5 or 6 in a row. I had one today that I had like 5 in a row. It was very bad. It's not fun.
Dean went for his strat that he likes to do, where you release the charge and like bonk the wall to avoid getting hit. He's going for a retry from the same position.
I don't think that position works, but maybe.
It was a bit far from the wall.
Yeah, see, because when Jamal is kind of like facing the wall like that, you usually need to reset.
Yeah, he's going to reposition him now, yeah.
Yeah.
Wise. Nice, okay, it gets through.
Yeah, so not too bad.
It's just over 2 minutes between them entering Sacred Grove. Zach has managed to avoid getting hit so far.
Do you know at this point, if you game over here, does it put you at the start again? Or is it just before the arena fight?
I think it does, but you should be able to get hearts here pretty easily. Yeah,
there we go.
I learned recently from Beast, because the wisdom usually here is you want to kill only 1 puppet to reduce the hit lag, and then because the Skull Kid timer to blow his horn starts after the first puppet dies, but after it dies, not after it gets hit. And apparently the time between hitting a puppet and it actually exploding can vary by up to like half a second.
Oh, is that what varies? I thought Beast was saying the time to blow Skull Kid's horn varies. So that's interesting.
No, I'm pretty sure he was saying that that's consistent from when the puppet explodes, but the time the puppet explodes from when it gets hit varies based on we don't know what yet. So that's like, it could be useful actually to kill more than one.
Oh no. Yeah, I guess it could. Although I don't know how much hit lag each one of them costs. But...
I think it's like 5 frames if you yeah, sorry. We love libraries. Zach getting his chill moment now. I'm curious actually, I can't tell if it's using the microphone from my headphones or from my laptop. It's not giving me an option to pick, so oh well.
It kind of sounds like a laptop microphone, but...
Okay. Early game, Zach failed Sword and Shield skip once, and Dean failed Sword and Shield skip twice, but got through on the 3rd try. And then, yeah, Hugo caused them both some pain.
Well, it was on my headphone mic, but let's see. Maybe my laptop mic is better.
Oh, yeah, that does sound a little bit better.
I was like, whoa, Dean's so rich. What the hell? That's the way. Makes me think of behind those Hugo eyes. The more attempts you get at Hugo, at least you're getting more rupees, right? Right?
That's if you grab the rupees. Some of us are lazy. But yeah, I guess that's not an upside on French, because you don't even need the rupees. But both of these runners are not on French, as mentioned earlier, so they do actually need to get 300 rupees throughout the run.
You know it best.
Dean, interestingly, I don't think going for... Oh, maybe he has been going for senses. He's just been very bad at it. During this Master Sword puzzle, there's nothing really to do, because the solution's always the same every time, and it's very boring. So we kind of try to just pull up the senses during 2 frames during each jump. And so it's a matter of pride if you can say that you've gotten a 12 out of 12 before. But Dean not having very good luck there. Dean, you shouldn't beat up on yourself, though. I mean, there's lots of run left, so, like, even being just a 2-minute gap is still, like, a good run. You just gotta play well the rest of the time. I believe in you. You gotta have that no reset mentality. Just pulling the run back from the brink of being awful. That's how it usually works. Morgan in chat again demonstrating that random numbers end in 7. So anyway, what Zach is doing now is just going to the Force Temple to get the boomerang so that we can get out of Faron. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to leave without clearing Faron, Twilight, and the Forest Temple, because Midda won't let us. But we can use the boomerang to do a long jump attack, kind of like what we did with Hugo, except portable, using the boomerang to get over that trigger and out of Faron Twilight. So we want to get the boomerang here. It'll also be useful, that same mechanic, in a lot of other places in the run. So it just saves time generally. So Zach is going to use the save that he made earlier after getting the Iron Boots in order to get something called early boss flags. So he's going to reset and skip this cutscene at the same time, which will give him a relatively high number of what are called early boss flags. It's just like a value in memory, usually used for keeping track of the fact that you've skipped cutscenes and boss fights and things like that. But it's also used by Force Temple in terms of the amount of monkeys that you have. And so when Zach goes into the bridge room where he's going to break the bridge, he'll just have 4 monkeys, which is enough to get across the gap. And then he'll also want to be using those boss flags later. So thankfully they get preserved there as long as you don't void. And it'll help him get into the Deku Toad fight early, which is very nice. Looks pretty good from Zach, skipping the spider. No, I guess not.
No. Come on, just cut your losses, man.
I think this should be
And he's
good,
gonna
though,
wait.
as long as he doesn't bump into the spider.
Okay.
Yeah,
Losing
he's
some
good.
time there. I got scared for a moment when he targeted the bokoblin while he was holding the nut. It's like, no, don't throw it over there. I'm doing my best, teabag.
So yeah, so Zach just suddenly has 4 monkeys now because of that trick that he did earlier. Which is very nice, because we don't have to do
No.
a bunch of extra rooms. So.
If Dean can get this out of bounds first try as well, which he got the good frame for it, he's actually gained about 20 seconds on Zach since Master Sword.
Oh no!
But he missed the out of bounds.
Bad angle. I was worried that
Damn.
he was going to get hit by the keys, actually, with where the keys was positioned there. Which is the thing that can happen. So even if you have the correct angle, the keys can just like hit you into the loading zone, or like just, I think just hitting you in general will throw off the void timing and make it not work. Oh no! Do not! Do not! Do not! Do not! Do not! Do not! Do not!
No! It's gonna crash! It's gonna crash! Zach! Oh my god! Oh, he got the one frame thing. This is a huge swing.
No!
Zach didn't know. Oh my god! So that's a known crash. Is if you miss bonking Ook off the pillar, and he catches it on the way back, and you bonk him off on the frame that he recatches. If you try and attack him while he's lying on the ground with the boomerang in his hand, which you could see, then the game will crash. And he didn't wait.
There's plenty of time to react to it. That's, I mean, so the...
I mean,
Anyway,
we
there's
knew
a little bit
immediately.
of delay on the... Yeah, exactly. We saw it. It's like... Oh, man. So Dean is actually going to be ahead now, because Zach is going to have to reset the boss flags. Thankfully, he has a save from fairly recently when he got into the Forest Temple. But yeah.
Yeah, it would be terrible if he didn't have that.
Yeah, although he's
That's
going
a
to probably
huge one,
have to do the item wheel method. Or I don't know if you can like do the save method again. Can you?
You can do either. You don't even need to save. You can just open the save menu and then close it again. But he is saving again, I guess. You don't actually need to do this. You can just close the menu and reset out of the menu. Dean going for spider skip, skipping the lower one. Nice. I mean, if it works, it works. And now has a huge lead. Damn, that's so rough. I was too busy watching Zach going. I hope he knows what to do. Henry, these names people come up with now, I'm like, not everything needs a name, guys. Come on.
Anyway, yeah, I have never heard of Henry being the other spider's name. I've only heard of Nancy, which is the top left one, but
I'm so. That has to be the first time someone's gotten that crash in a race.
probably. I'm just more shocked that Zach didn't know about it.
That's a pretty rough way to learn.
Yeah, I feel like if you've been around long enough, you just have like heard people get that crash and would just know not to attack.
Yeah, because the scary thing is the way that it happens every time is you roll past Ook and then block the pillar on the roll back. Okay, so Dean is now about 1 minute and 10 seconds ahead of Zach. So that was like a 3.5 minute swing.
Yeah.
At the very least, like, of all the places to crash, at least it's like just after a save.
Oh, yeah, Zach, you can tell by just... So when he falls off the pillar, if he has the boomerang in his hand, that's the thing that you need to be looking for. And don't attack him if that's the case.
It's funny, the most recent time I got that crash, probably a couple of years ago now, but I was misinformed. I thought it was don't kill him if he's holding the boomerang. So I thought you could attack him but not do the final hit, and then it'd be faster for the second round of hops. No, just don't attack him at all.
Wait, even attacking him at all causes the crash? I didn't know that.
It did for me.
Interesting. Because Zach, it didn't look like it crashed until he hit the hit that would kill him.
Yeah, which is why I thought that. I haven't actually seen that clip from G's, but I heard someone talk about it, so I have to look at that later. But,
yeah. So,
wow, that's not what we expected to come out of this race. And Dean is now going to be the one in the lead heading into the upcoming large obstacles of Gorge Void and Rupee Roll.
So, maybe a little bit of trivia. Did you know that you can soft lock out of this boomerang get cutscene here?
No.
You can side hop. You can side hop in the frame before the text comes up and save warp, and then you can never get the boomerang. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like here.
Yes.
Ah, I could kind of see a frame. Yeah. That's amazing. I'm going to do that on a dead run at some point. That sounds cool. Dean just missing Forest Escape. Pretty precise positioning for this LJA. Don't know why he doubted that one.
Fine. Yeah.
I mean, you can crash like in the first 5 seconds of the game, but soft lock, I guess, is a slightly more difficult requirement. But yeah, that's the first use of the actual boomerang LJA after getting the Gale, and the second one's going to be skipping the mailman up here. Even though I never want to root against people, it would, because they're like almost exactly a minute apart. If Dean misses Gorge Void and Zach gets it, then they'd be back in sync. Zach just walking directly into the Minitex though.
Yeah,
like
that would be nice.
Rush.
I'm also kind of expecting Zach to catch up a little bit throughout the run anyway, so it might be better for a competitive race if Zach actually misses it, Dean gets it. In the end,
if he can get there at all, hitting this
Yeah.
Lunatics twice already.
Well, he may be a little bit tilted from the crash. I would definitely be shaken up by that. So
Yeah, who wouldn't be? I'm curious if either of them are going to do the human course void method. It's not something most people have done, but recently Nimzo's been making it a bit more known.
yeah.
Where if you kill these shadow beasts as human instead of as a wolf, then you can either jump attack in the course void frame or put iron boots on and save warp, which kind of gives you two opportunities to hit the frame.
Oh,
Dean
it looks like he's going to go for it.
Okay, so some people don't really know, if they haven't thought about it already, is that putting boots on, you do a little hop, and that hop takes you out of the trigger.
He's going to get the
Looks like he got the Oh, I can't hear it. I should have turned the game sound on. Because the way that you know if you got the jump attack or the iron boots frame is if you hear Link yell, then you got the jump attack, and then you void as normal. But if you get the iron boots, you save warp. So he lost about 27 seconds to getting Gorge Void first try as Wolf, but it's better than missing it completely. Nice.
Yeah, and you lose a little bit of time if you get the jump attack, right?
Yeah, it's like 7 seconds. Like basically the time of transforming twice. I'm pretty sure Zach does a wolf, so like only one opportunity to hit the frame, but faster. Well, that's a atrocious rupee dig angle. Let's see if he can save this. If he targets the right of the tree and then to the left, that should be fine.
That looks good. I think this will work.
I can't see the rupee, but it might just be flashing. The gale's moving pretty slow, so I'm pretty sure it's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. That was a hell of a backup.
Yeah, so he backs up if you're wanting to know. Let's see if Zach can get Gorge Void. Nice.
And he does. So they both get Gorge Void, but Zach got it a little bit faster because he didn't have to save warp.
Dean playing with so much confidence right now. That's a funny side effect of doing the save warp. Dean's on 3 hearts and Zach's on 2. Never thought about that. Not that it will matter at all, but
Interesting spot for Zach to stand in, but I guess it worked.
So because they've both got a Gorge Void, they're going to be getting this portal and then leaving immediately instead of doing Elden Twilight now. Because they still need map warping. The cutscene they were jumping out of on that one frame, to be clear, the things that they got, one frame window, but they still actually need to get map warping from that cutscene, so they're going to have to run back, as Dean is doing now. And avoid this King Bourbon trigger. That's why they're running in a weird path.
Yeah, the whole reason it saves time is just because you don't have to like run across far on field and do far on escape a third time. So it's just saves like what, about a minute or so?
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're going to be about 40 seconds apart, given that they were like a minute apart, but then Dean did the human save warp. Yeah, 44 seconds, Dean is ahead by. So Zach has closed the gap a little bit. Dean going a bit safer with the setup this time. Man, I'm still reeling from the start of this race. That's not what you expect to see.
Yeah, I don't think it's how either of the runners expected it to go so far, but still pretty competitive.
had that tragic moment of getting my water bottle out, and there's no water in it. Oh no.
Oh no.
I hope both these guys have water beside them. It's a long race. They need to stay hydrated.
That's funny to think about. I guess, would it be possible to like do Epona seam clip to Epona slide across the gorge rather than doing rupee roll? Like if you miss Gorge Void. Not that you would want to do that, to be completely clear. I'm just like, because it wouldn't be in Twilight, right? You can like clip in technically.
Yes. Yes, you can. I'm pretty sure DragonBane has videos on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange to think about. I mean, that's like one of the cool things about the old Japanese route, which isn't really a thing anymore after Wolfdash Jump, but because Japanese version doesn't have map glitch, they can like miss Gorge Void on the Gorge Void frame, get map warping, but then interrupt the force warp away with the bottle and get what would be map glitch on any other. Oh, Dean having to go for the
that
wolf
was
attack,
really smart.
because that was a dodgy approach angle. So that's the Wolf 1 cycle if you've not seen it before. Wise to go for, but again, opportunity for Zach to catch up a bit more. Trying to kill it uphill, it's not. Yeah. Oh. Okay, there we go.
So Zach tempting fate and risking another crash. Hopefully he will be fine here. If you get grabbed by the Kargarok here, you'll crash, but it looks like he successfully dodged the Kargarok.
And saved what I think was about another 20 seconds just then over Dean's messy kill.
Dean looked like very careful with that Kargarok out of bounds. Zach looks like he's doing it in a slightly faster method.
Yeah, so Dean's card kill, he went for the drown, then decided not to, aborted, and did the Wolf 1 cycle, and then he missed the Bulblin kill. He like bonked.
Did you see how like closely Zach was hugging the wall there? That was crazy.
Was he like risking going back in bounds almost?
Yeah, no, I mean he's like the entire right wing of the Kargarok was probably in bounds that whole time.
Nice. So the lead that we haven't talked about much yet. Dean may be 20 seconds ahead, but he's also 10 rupees ahead. That's what really matters.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Zach historically has like pretty good rupee luck in runs, so you never know.
That was another Minitech skip as well, but Zach just did jump attacking off that.
Also, the extra rupees only save time if you can like get enough kind of to skip an extra red rupee, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
So it may not be enough.
Which actually,
we'll see.
Yeah, with the ELH route, you kind of get more opportunities to get extra rupees. So
yeah. So ideally, Dean at the end of Linear Twilight, ideally for him to like have a lead in the rupees that matters, he would have close to 60 rupees.
Yeah. So that'll be a little.
Normally, that's very difficult to do. But...
Good job targeting those shadow beasts in the order that he did. Yeah. If he targeted them the other way around, that would not have gone well.
Right. Yeah, because you attack the Shadow Beast in kind of the reverse order of which you target them. So you saw Zach there very confidently going for that minute charge because he knew that he targeted the one close to the wall first, so he wasn't going to bonk.
Yeah, and there we go. After all of that pain that was the early game, Elden Vessel.
You know, it's funny. I think if you had told either of these racers before the run that they would have like a high 46 vessel, they would have told you, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be like 4 minutes behind," and they're like still pretty neck and neck.
No, there's 15 seconds between them.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about that start now. Three failed sword and shield skips and one ook crash in the past. We're moving on.
Pretty good basement bugs for Dean.
Yeah, both of them charge checking them so confidently.
Yeah, seeing top runners do Elden Twilight is kind of a sight to behold because there's just like so many minor optimizations in here. So to see the movement done really well is really nice to see.
Yeah, it's a real smooth segment. One that I had to laugh myself. Zach is comparing to goal splits. I was like, oh wow, his last run was 650. No, that's his goal. Dean being careful to collect the tier fully before exiting.
I think Zach's goal split for Zelda as well was like 3 minutes, which is like horrible. You would never actually want to get a 3-minute Zelda. But I think one of his recent PBs, Zelda took that as a challenge and was like, "Oh, you want a goal 3 minutes?" and like gave him like a 3-minute Zelda almost. It's pretty bad. But anyway.
Dean opting to mid charge that bug. It's interesting seeing the different ways people like dealing with the various bugs in the Twilights. Both of them mid charging it. And I'm not sure if Zach gets this rupee, even though he was one of the first to like start really pioneering that movement. Yeah, he's going for the faster movement of just standing on the bed, ignoring the rupee, and collecting extra ones later. Which puts the all-important rupee gap up to 20.
Right, so Zach is pretty much, he's risking here having to get 3 rupees in arbiters by doing that. So hopefully he'll get enough rupees to compensate. We'll see. He wants to be near 40 by the end of Linear Twilight, which with this rupee count is not crazy because he's getting a couple here. He'll get a guaranteed 5 and a few others in the Watchtower. So we'll see.
And I mean, he's already carefully, steadily gaining time back over Dean. Only a few seconds behind now. Dean bonking.
Overtaken him. Actually,
that's the lead. That's how Elden Twilight can go.
Yep. And this is kind of what I was saying. It's not that Dean is like not playing well. He's playing perfectly fine. It's just that some of these top runners, their movement is just like on a totally different level, and so it's very hard.
You say as he fails Blumhouse skip.
Listen,
he's recovering it well. No, he did not recover it well.
Okay. Well, I said movement. I didn't say tricks like bombhouse skip. Okay.
Fair enough.
But heads up play to go back in the into the Barnes bomb shop. I'm not sure how much time that actually saves over just biting the bullet and going into the bomb house and killing the bugs that way.
Zach's he's trying to go too quick on the setup.
probably going to get
Oh,
hit by this Kargarok here if he's not careful.
yeah, I'm going to turn the sound on and see if you can hear it. Or if I can hear it, rather.
It looks like he's good.
Alright, he made it. Made it unscathed.
The Kargarok, I guess,
Being
took a day off
50
today.
rupees. Yeah. There it is. Took its time.
Oh, Dean having trouble with the side hop.
You know, that's one of those places with Bombhouse Skit, like, Zach failed to set up at first and decided to retry kind of setup lists rather than like redoing the setup, which then caused him to fail like fully.
And Zach needs to get this blue. Oh no.
He missed the blue. That's actually quite significant. That's one of the important rupees in early game to make sure you get up to a good level.
So I think that if he can get to 37 in Linearu Twilight, there should be enough 3 rupees in Po 3 room to get him to where he needs to be, but still.
Yeah, Zach is one of the better runners at utilizing all the various backup rupees, so he'll be fine. It's just not like it was like insult to injury, you know, not being able to get that 5. It's just more to think about as well. You don't want to be thinking about rupees when you're stressing over late game.
Yeah, that's definitely true. He also, I think, gets both of the yellows in Zora's Domain on the way down to Isa, so his rupee count is not quite as bad as it looks right now, because he'll probably get both of those.
He stood so far back there to like really make sure he collected that tier. That's one that I'm sure, again, all of us have like ran off before collecting it by accident. Dean waiting a moment on the... Oh, standing too close.
Oh no. There is a reason why this bug has an unofficial nickname.
Okay, there we go. We got it. Just go,
gotta
Dean.
get up on the ledge.
Finish.
Just stay on the ground. There we go. All right, okay.
Okay, we made it. We're out. We're out of here. Get out.
Yeah, ideally you get on that ledge so that you can kind of just jump into the tier a little bit earlier without having to like jump attack, which requires you to target, and it's gonna mess everything up because there's so many enemies around. But if you wait long enough, you can still get it on the ground there. So Zach is gonna show off jumping into the tier
cleanly.
Right.
Unfortunately, like it's one of those tricky ones where it jumps off the wall, but it's still invincible for like a second-ish. So you have to wait to attack it, as Zach did. But if you're too close to it, then it'll just run away. And when it's running away, it's really good at dodging every single attack that you do, as was kindly demonstrated by DeanMachine.
Like I said, it has a nickname. It shares that nickname actually with a Poe in the 100% round. Simi, I don't know if you've run 100%. I was curious if you...
I haven't.
Like,
I do know the stupid Poe, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one is worse, honestly. Probably the Poe, but it's debatable, at least. Anyway. Teabag says the Poe. Okay. I'm glad I'm not crazy. Dean not getting the one-frame side hop here, which would have saved a few seconds and caused his Lake Hylia map sprite to like look empty still. So we'll see if Zach gets it. That's what causes the visual difference on the map sometimes. Zach doesn't get it.
Zach also not getting it.
Yeah.
Dean holding on to his lead. Well, thankfully none of them are going to have to deal with that Poe, because the only Poes we're getting are, 4, 2, and 3? Oh, and I guess, and the
Giovanni Poe. Yeah.
Wow, my voice, that was weird. 1 second. Sorry, my voice just vacating for a moment.
I will say, Simi, I appreciate after all of this that Zach's best possible time is still like a minute and a half better than my sum of best segments.
Also,
Just goes to show.
What happened to Dean? Zach just caught up, like.
Well, it was the bug at the top of Elder Twilight.
He was ahead by more than that much. Maybe it just looks. I don't know. Maybe I'm not paying attention.
I mean,
well, I did tab out, but
yeah, Zach saved a little bit of time by getting the insta swim, but it wasn't like that much. That was the only thing that I remember being different between them. Yeah, they were.
Okay, I guess it looked close because they were right on the text box at the same time.
No, Zach has been doing a very good job recovering from stuff, so he's been keeping up despite all of the very silly things that have happened.
Away Dean walks though, with almost twice as many rupees. It's ridiculous.
I was wondering if anybody was going to do the Lake Hylia jump that saves like hardly any time. Zach being smart there and making sure Wolflink turns blue before warping.
Yeah, that was the first pause was a bit too early. If he walked away, that would have been very sad.
Yeah.
All right, opportunity here for the waterfall side hop, which with this route, because we don't have claw shot, it's actually more painful to fail. Dean buffers for it. That looks good. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Zach always claims that it's literally free with the vessel setup, so we'll see if he gets it. Dean going outside the
outside movement. I love that.
I don't even know how much time that saves. It just looks cool.
It kind of none. It depends on where the bug is, but it can be a better line. I don't know why Dean waited so long for that first bug. It was right by him, but still getting them both pretty nicely after. Zach getting duped. Dean knows his lily pad movement. Let's go.
I was going to say, yeah, there's a graphic, I think, on ZSR that shows you.
Well, very really nice bugs from Zach.
It's very detailed.
I wonder who made that
exactly
graphic.
How you can jump between each lily pad. And so it's like, so if you just hop, you like B attack, or you dash jump, or you like dash jump and then grab on the, it's crazy. Oh my god!
Oh my god! All those rupees.
He's good on rupees now.
Straight to 39. Yeah, I bet whoever made that graphic has a really, really strange accent, but good on them.
Oh, did you make that graphic?
I did.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Dean very comfortably getting up to almost 60 though, so he's definitely going to be able to skip rupees and arbiters, but Zach also is no longer in any trouble rupee-wise. He talks from so far away. Interesting. Talking from the left. Noted.
At this point, if you're Zach, there's no real point going out of your way to get random rupees because you're not going to get close to 60, which is kind of what you'd need for it to make a difference.
Yeah, because you're either getting 3 reds and arbiters or 2, and he'd need another 19 to be able to skip 3. Well, or 1 in arbiters, because he's going to get another 20 actually after an arrow. So.
Right, yeah, so he's going to be able to skip one of them with this rupee count, assuming that he gets the 2 yellows. But yeah, we'll see.
And now visually, they're in the exact same place as they sprint through this really long camera pan down section.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Zach is known to have very, very good rupee luck. So there you go.
That was a pretty ridiculous bush. There were like 5 or 6 from that bug.
I think the most I've had coming out of Lunar Twilight was like 54 without failing rupee roll, but I think I got like an extra 10 in the abandoned house. So you can get more than
that one
needs
can
from
make
those
a big
boxes.
difference.
Yeah.
Dean opting to go for the right side, Shadow Beast first, which, by all accounts, is faster.
Supposedly faster. That's right. Yes. I still don't quite buy it, but anyway, even if it's a second faster, it's probably worth it to go safer sometimes. But it's okay. You are free to have your wrong opinion, Simi.
I'm talking about myself. I'm just saying what I saw on the screen in front of me. Like, don't worry about it.
All right. Don't you go right first? I thought. Well, anyway.
I do. Yes. As do the two people on screen.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't see it before, or you could see it before, but I didn't talk about it in time. But on Dean's screen, I love when you get like the spirits of the chain of soldiers in Castletown. There's like just this row of spirits.
Interesting. Zach not getting the side hop.
Really nice.
Yeah, not getting the side hop.
Yeah, he just like dashed over.
Dash. Yeah. That's also a small optimization there with the bug. If you can get it to die near that ledge, you collect the tier faster if you're on the ledge, like with your back facing the tier. So that was very intentional by Zach there.
Yeah, facing away was on purpose because the tier is collected via it's like the back legs ish is about where he goes to.
Yeah, it also collects faster generally if you're just not moving. If you start moving, it makes it take longer. So there will be a strat that Zach does after boss bug, where I think like he C-ups to cancel his momentum to collect that tier slightly faster.
I understand. I thought that was mostly for the lag cancel, but maybe it's that as well.
When I asked him about it, he said it was to collect it faster. But
right, nice. Oh. Okay, Dean going for the untargeted attack. Yeah, having to go low. Last time I went low, I bonked, and that was upsetting. Zach also going for the untargeted attack, but getting it properly.
Pretty good.
It's faster technically to do this. Yeah, it was a nice final collect. Zach bonking so high up on the rock that Wolflink had to slide all the way down.
Oh. Let's see if Zach gets insta-bug. Yeah, Dean had a little trouble because the bug can kind of just fly around in different spots, but Zach getting it immediately. It's always a nice feeling whenever that happens.
Yeah, though unfortunately, it's that grass is placed just exactly in the spot where you want to dash from, so it's so easy to howl at it. You saw him wait before running off the ledge with the prompt on his screen. Dean sitting in C up here to manipulate the bug to not attack until it's facing... Oh, well, never mind. I mean, aiming the camera that way, rather. So the boss bug will attack him from that direction.
Zach's doing the same.
Technically slower, because one of the things with this bug is that it has like a variable amount of time that it'll swim around for before it attacks you, but it won't attack you unless it's on screen. So if you keep... Oh, missing the bonk from Zach. Interesting.
Yeah, but you can kind of get used to going... Yeah. You can kind of get used to going for the strat where you don't do the C-up method, because like you can kind of read what the bug is going to do a little bit and adjust your position accordingly to be able to work with wherever he's dashing from. Like, Zach actually had a position there where he probably could have done the second back hop and made it work, even though he's, like, ideally, you're on, like, one of the... I guess, so it's a rectangle, so you want to be, like, on one of the short ends, I guess, to be able to have more room to backflip, but you can still, if you're at the very edge, do 2 backflips from one of the long ends. You can make it work. But anyway. So we'll see the C-up strat from Zach here.
Yeah, Dean did it as well. I think part of it... Oh, no, he did the up. I think because part of it is that you don't want the camera to be aiming towards, like, the... what's it called? this like temple area, whatever it's called, where the Nehru spirit is, because that area is laggy.
Yeah. So I feel lied to by Zach.
Shrine, that's the one.
He switched up his strats. Oh well.
Okay, let's see if Dean. Yeah, Dean. Oh no, Dean doesn't go for that rupee. Okay.
Oh,
Which means actually that kind of in itself gave up almost his entire rupee lead.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have to get 30 in the rest of the game. So Zach gets that yellow, jumps down here, gets another yellow here, and they jump down from here, they can damage down to 1 heart. But like the 10 rupee advantage now, or only 8 rupee advantage now that Dean has, kind of doesn't matter. Because
he could technically skip he could technically skip 2 reds in arbiters by getting other backup rupees in arbiters, but I think it would make it just like not faster than just getting the second at this point.
Yeah. I honestly don't know about MJ. I haven't looked at that in years, but it's not that fast. You have to wait for the gale for ages. Both of them howling here to make sure they can get the golden wolf for ending blow. Something that I had to really make sure that I remembered to do after switching from bite route.
Yeah, because they can't get so the game normally wants you to have to get a golden wolf for the ending blow, which is required to beat the game. There's like a golden wolf that's in front of the forest temple, but obviously we don't get that one, so we have to get a different wolf, which is why we're howling here.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Zach, I'm pretty sure does... Oh no, Dean messed up the setup. Zach does this
Zach
like setup list-ish. Yeah.
So Zach back ahead. Just like that.
Dean isn't walking far back enough. That won't work either, I don't think. Nah.
Yeah, you have to be careful to, like, when you're doing the side hop setup, to walk backwards far enough so that you actually trigger it before you start walking over the sign.
I don't think that's far back enough either.
There we go, you got it.
It was, okay, wow. Zach confidently beating the Shadow Beast. So this is one of the most recent developments in this game, is that you're not meant to be able to beat Shadow Beast fights without minute charge. But by very carefully lining up the damage, that heart was so close to Zach, the heart that we don't want. But B-attack and then spin. Okay, Dean's going for the safer way.
Gets
yeah,
it.
nice.
Very nice.
It's funny, those hearts the Shadow Beasts drop, sometimes they can land on you without you being able to do anything about them, which sucks because we want to Death Warp right after this. Grass.
Yeah, that's why we took damage coming down from Zora's domain.
Yeah. Dean zooming out, then zooming back in. Optimal. Zoom, zoom. That's how you go fast. Zoom, zoom. Alright, Zach going to teach us how to skip this cutscene. Taking notes.
There you go.
Nice.
Very nice.
So there's a trigger just there, so you can see like Plum flying down, and normally that would start a cutscene, and then he, she, it, they would
I think it's a he.
ask us if we want to know the rules. Dean, I think, going to go for it as well. Zach missing the bonk out of bounds, so we're going to have to go for this backup bonk, which he
went
back in bounds. No,
oh, no.
Yeah, you don't want to dash again that soon afterwards. So they're going to be like synced now.
Actually, Dean a little bit ahead again.
Oh no!
Zach has to watch this cutscene
I forgot how slow the load it.
This is what happens every time you skip
ideally,
one cutscene. he comes back for revenge by you failing the trick.
Yeah. Dean gets it perfectly. Back in the lead.
Yep. Yeah, that costs a lot of time.
Let's see if...
Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that was possible. What are you doing?
Cutting it so close that he bonked back in bounds again. Dean running away with it right now, but heading into one of the scarier tricks, which he's doing setupless. Okay, interesting.
Interesting. I don't know how many people still do it setupless, but it is possible.
Yeah, so the two ways of doing this is one that Dean's throwing right now, which is the first way that that got figured out, which is you boomerang a bomb down first to blow up the rock. And I don't know how to tell if it works. I never learned this way, but it does look good. Okay, Zach finally getting the bomb.
It looked like the rock was exploded there, so...
And then doing a jump slash bomb boost. He didn't pull a bomb!
Yeah, that's actually pretty difficult to do. You have to, like, pull a bomb and then, like, you have to time, like, a slash and taking off the iron boots, and it's just a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, Morgan, I'm aware of that. It's like, I mean, like, while looking at the screen as small as it is, I couldn't see. And I think Zach is going to demonstrate one of the setups, which, rather than doing a jump slash down, runs down with the bomb to blow up the rock and then land at the same time. So he's first doing an angle buffer, which is the frame is eluding him. Okay, there we go.
Oh no, Dean didn't quite make it up. I guess his positioning was slightly off.
Damn. Another opportunity for Zach to catch up. Because this boost is more lenient.
Yes, it is.
There it is, first try.
Yeah,
the back and forth swing he's got here, man, it's ridiculous.
It's like not a good run for either of them at all. And yeah,
keep
so many lead swings.
Though.
Yeah.
All right, this time, Dean, show us how it's done. One of the things I've never actually learned the method that Dean's doing properly, but one of the things that I've heard about it is that part of what's annoying about it is that there's like in between frames where it doesn't work. So it's like on one frame it'll work, the next frame it won't, then the next frame it'll work again. So it's like you really don't want to hit those frames.
Oh no.
Man. Okay, Beast correcting me. Thank you, Beast. Unfortunately,
there's some other trick words like that.
On that version. I think people used to say that Death Sword Skip was like that, but I don't know how true that is anymore with the positions that we use. Anyway, running through Lake Bed, Zach is going to be dropping all these bombs through the course of getting core shot. Because we're doing Lake Bed in one single trip. And we need to empty this bomb bag to be able to put water bombs in it. Ideally with the chest that's back at the start, so he's going to drop the rest of these 19 before getting back to the start of the Lake Bed. Right. Let's go Dean this time. Really making sure he's in the right position. There we go, nice. So it's about a minute and a half between them now in favour of Zach.
I guess I gotta refresh real quick.
I like how when you drop bombs at the door, they just like stay floating there as you walk through. Gravity ceases during cutscenes.
We didn't comment on it, but Dean has a very nice rupee count right now.
True. Nice.
Zach with the zero cycle. Wow.
That I did not think that would work. He waited so long to pull that bomb.
That looked good to me.
Maybe just because I can't hear the game, like it feels different.
As soon as I saw the boomerang come out, I knew that was going to work. But yeah,
he's still got
kind of like
a few bombs to drop, but no there.
You can kind of time the inputs that you want with like the notes of the music. It's
Yeah. That's
probably
why I was
like
kind of
better to pull
confused
the bomb a little
from not being
earlier,
able to
but
hear it.
yeah, because like the sound goes like ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, and so like on the second group of 3 notes there, you can like do the inputs of like bomb, C up, LY kind of, and if you do that, it'll like work more or less. That's a very non-technical explanation, and it's probably not like exactly the frames, but it seems to work if you do that, at least in
Yeah,
my
and
experience.
it's a trick that feels really nice to get. It's so satisfying when it works.
Yeah.
Hopefully Dean can get it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zach now filled up on his water bombs, going to be heading through to Morpheal.
Very nice jump attack up onto that ledge there.
Yeah, he always starts right past it.
All right, let's see if Dean can get it. Oh, he got it.
Nice.
2 for 2.
Yeah, I think
Great.
Dean-
That's crazy.
Dean also does it the way that like looks more familiar to me, where he like starts walking forward a bit at the start. Very nice.
That may be the first race in this Wolfdash where more than one runner has gotten it.
Oh, really? Nice.
At least as far as I'm aware. I don't know. Maybe there was like a pools race where 2 people got it.
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch as many of the races as I liked. This has been the first one that's been at a time that I could actually commentate. But and I say that, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm gonna have to leave you alone, and I think QWERTY or Morgan are gonna from message them actually. Hey QWERTY, are you still good to hop in halfway through? Nice. I'll message you again when I have to hop away. But Zach, heading into Morpheal, I have to say, with how the runs have been going for them, no, not right now. With how the runs have
You
been
should
going
totally
for them,
go for this.
I'm
Gotta go for 1 bomb. Come on.
I'm not optimistic about these Morpheals. I'm waiting for something catastrophic to happen. So I really hope he doesn't go for 1 bomb, because that's just
think
like
he's gonna go for it.
to be trolled.
No, that bomb pull looked so good. You can't not go for that. Like, again, Morpheal has to do the movement to make it work, but that was such a late bomb pull that you could really get it to work. Like, pretty reasonably.
Let's see how much air he has for that first grab. So if you still have your full air meter when you grab on, he dropped the bomb real late.
This can work.
Grab.
I bet he goes for it. Come on.
Please.
You gotta see this. Go for it. Come on.
Okay. I respect it, Zach. I respect
it. Probably good that he didn't get the frames to work there, but it's definitely safer to do a 2 bomb, but that would have been really cool.
Yeah, he definitely could have gone for that, and I don't know, as cool as it would be, that's just like begging to have Morpheal kill the run. So taking the safer and perhaps wiser decision to go for the 2 bomb and comfortably beating Morpheal, leaving Dean to do more catch up.
I can't tell if Dean is, putting spoilers in chat or if he's just.
I reckon he's manifesting it.
Yeah. Although that looks like good timing. Oh my gosh! Do we see another person go for it? Beast, the death is worth the swag points of getting the cutscene skip.
This has been such a fun race to watch, dude. This is so ridiculous. Alright, let's see.
This is really crazy.
Now I kind of want Dean to go for it.
Morpheal's not swimming the right way.
Oh no!
Oh no! He didn't drop the bomb in the right way.
He held a direction before he dropped the bomb.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He should still live though.
He should have enough time here. Yeah, we're good. Just barely enough, but. So, if Morpheal behaves, this can still be a 3 bomb. So he needs to grab pretty quickly here and hope that Morpheal doesn't swim up.
He should be good.
Yeah, this looks
Yeah.
fine.
Damn.
If Morpheus
Yeah,
swam
if
super
you
high,
hold a
here, he would
direction,
die. But
if you hold a direction before pressing A to drop the bomb, when you've done the neutral float up, then you swim away without getting an air refill. Luckily, he realized. I've definitely had it and then seen others do it as well before, where I've like not been paying close enough attention. I've been like, staring at Morpheus and not noticed I didn't get the refill and just kept going with the fight and died because of it. Very clean regrab. Apart from that, sketchy start, nice Morpheus. Yeah, Monka S is right. Oh my god. Keeping it interesting.
yeah, I don't think that Morpheus was giving him the RNG to go for one bomb anyway. It definitely did not look like a good pattern. You kind of want Morpheus to just sort of swim under you for it to work.
Yeah, I wasn't being realistic. It was just like, it would have been funny. After like, it basically got handed to Zach, like the nice first grab, and it, like, teasing him, go on, go for it, you know you want to. And he resisted.
No, I think he was going for it. He just, the Morpheus, like, had a bad pattern. And so he couldn't get the
Nah, he could have forced that, for sure.
I don't know. That would have been a very long regrab. If the regrab worked,
he could have tried to force it and then died. Yeah.
I'm not even sure you could have gotten a regrab from there, but maybe. Well, Zach says that he's resisting the temptation. I don't know. I would
You're
never have
stronger
gone for
than
that.
me.
I just don't think it would have worked.
I so would have gone for that every time.
I just don't think that would have worked for the regrab.
No, yeah, I would have died, but I would have gone for it.
Well, no, I think the boss shot would have just bonked off of Morpheus, and then you would just sink to the bottom and go for the 2-bomb.
Anyway.
I don't know.
Zach going for the quick cutscene and missing it. So the cutscene is functioning as intended now. As I was going to say Miyamoto, but that's not who directed this game. As Aonuma intended. Damn, I'm sad I can't stay for the whole race. This has been a fiery one. What the hell? Dean just checking where he is on the map. Nice rope skip from Zach. Jumping straight over and then going to be hopping on this rope backwards. Love to see it. That part's not actually fast, but you know. So look, it's funny. Yeah, well, I'm sad that I can't watch the rest of the race with you, but I hope the rest of it goes well.
Or are you heading out?
I'm going to head out soon and just make sure that QWERTY is lined up to hop in.
All right. Well, it was fun.
It was fun. What a ridiculous that moment with where we both watched in horror as Ook caught the boomerang again, and then Zach just kept going. We're like, no, Zach, no, don't do it.
All right, Simi.
Yo, QWERTY, thanks for hopping in. Hope they both finish it out strong, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you.
See ya. How'd you, Quaid?
Hello.
This has been a very interesting run to watch so far.
Yeah. It's been very interesting to commentate. I hope that I didn't like destroy everyone's ears when I reacted to the Ook crash.
Mine are fine.
Okay, good. Yeah, so Zach definitely has a little bit of a lead here. It's a couple minutes, I think. But I think both runners go for Stallard skips, so we could still see a swing there. Arbiter's Grounds was also notoriously a little bit silly sometimes.
Ooh.
So
You fell there.
yeah, Dean is pressing side hop too early. Yeah, there we go. If you if you don't wait long enough, you'll just do a jump attack and fall back down.
I was talking about Zach. Zach also fell at the same time.
Oh, okay. Fell again, I guess, unless I'm behind.
You might be.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
on,
try
he's on
refreshing
rooftops
again.
for me.
I keep falling behind somehow. There we go. Looks good for
Movement
one
looks
cycle.
good from Zach. I would go for this.
For sure, you got it.
Nice.
So Zach hopefully going to remember to grab Ending Blow.
So Dean is like 90 seconds behind or so.
Yeah. Zach
Ooh.
is remembering to get Ending Blow.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Also trying to claw shot up to the vines because apparently that saves time, supposedly.
That was a nice way to back up, not knocking off the bowling. I should do that. Uh-oh, I'm really far ahead.
Are you watching the commentary page or the ZSR
Yeah,
from your stream?
I am. The commentary page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that because I keep feeling like I'm behind you, but I don't know what it is.
Dean just like entered the rooftop section.
Yeah, I mean that's where I am right now. But
Alright, I guess it synced back up then. That
Oh,
was a little
man.
scary.
Yeah, I didn't get the dash there, but a perfect angle, so he got the jump anyway.
There have been ledge grabs there.
Yeah, that can also happen. That bridge is notorious for like its collision being wonky. Sometimes you'll just phase through the bridge, or just
Yeah.
fall through the cracks, or like grab part of the bridge. It doesn't make any sense, or it'll turn you around or something. Lots of things can go wrong. Zach putting away his map for some reason, doing very cool movement here to get down to Snow Peak quickly without taking damage. Saves a little bit of time there. I have no idea why Zach put away the map, though.
Maybe he does map glitch with D-pad left.
And maybe that's what he was going for, I don't know.
Makes sense to me.
But normally you want to, like most people want to keep the map out so that you can do map glitch with D-pad right, which is the normal thing when you do the unplug strat. I think that was unintentional because it seemed like his first attempt at doing map glitch didn't work, but I don't know. A little bit of trouble with the movement of the quick climbs here, although you got one of them. Zach did a trick called map glitch back there, which is what he was doing when he interrupted map warp with talking to Midna. Basically, in order to just disable the trigger that's normally here that forces you to get the reek fish sent. And so he can just go up the mountain, but he can't go directly into the cave. He's going to have to howl at this howling stone.
He did do it for Deep Had Left, he says in chat. Because
Interesting.
Deep Had Left is Brit-turt.
Okay. Interesting.
Appreciate Dean's use of C-up dash cancels. Okay, so we have some spoilers in chat.
Nice game over.
Yeah, I thought it was either going to be that or like he warped away on map glitch or something.
This
That
is
is
why
sad.
you dash off that ledge rather than be attacked.
Yeah.
If you get a dash cancel off that ledge, you'll end up in the water, kind of next to the waterfall, and everything will be fine. But if you take too much damage falling all the way down there, at least on the GameCube and Wii versions.
Clearly, if you dash cancel, you're always going to get Sloth Void. It would be the funniest thing if he got Sloth Void as I said that.
Good messenger skip from Zach. We'll see if he goes on a spiritual journey. I'm guessing no, but yeah, no spiritual journey here. Since Zach skipped the messenger fight, the Shadow Beast fight, he can't actually see here, so he's gonna have to snowboard down blind, which can be a little bit tricky. I mean, I would be shocked if Zach managed to fail it, but it's definitely... all of us have failed it a few times every now and then, so it wastes a lot of time, too. It's never fun to mess up.
I feel like when I'm doing it blind, it just makes me like pay more attention to where I am. Or like just using the cues in the distance is just better for like just trusting the position.
Going for some slightly risky jumps here while needing to like line up, but pretty good. Yeah, the shortcut is the hardest part of blind snowboarding. If you get through the shortcut, you're usually fine. It's just it's just the first jump where you kind of can't see where you're going until you jump. So you just have to know how to line it up right ahead of time.
Yeah. And the runners usually look at the silhouettes of some mountains off in the distance to aim themselves. And ZachLink went for a minute tech skip there, but missed it. Can do some jump attacks over the trigger there.
Yeah, but you have to jump attack further. Like, your angle needs to be more to the side for it to work.
You also have to do it, like, absolutely perfectly, or else you lose time. Ooh, got some Keys action in Snow Peak Cave. Always a classic.
Zach not getting the insta floor clip, but still pretty good side hop there. Gets it the second try for ladder freeze hard cancel. He does have to drop a second time, but the timing on that is more lenient, so he should be fine with that. And he gets it.
And he'll be doing a clip into this freezer called Freezer Skip, where he uses the freezer to push him into this door, and then backwalk there to open it from the other side.
Yeah, that was an interesting little setup he did to get Freezer to turn how he wanted him to. You can kind of just like run right past him though without having to do that if you do it in the right way, but still pretty fast.
Wait, is my stream like really blurry, or does Dean have 89 rupees?
Dean has 69 rupees
Oh,
right now.
okay.
A
That is
very
quite
nice
nice.
rupee count. Yeah, unfortunately, even with his really high rupee count, he opted to only get one of the Zora's Domain yellows. So he doesn't actually. If he had gotten the second one, he would be able to skip 2 reds and arbors, and now he doesn't quite have enough.
89 would be crazy. Like with the proper RNG, you could maybe skip all of the reds.
Yeah, you would need pretty good RNG to skip all the reds with that.
Yeah, you just
You'd
need
have to have crazy Po3 green rupee luck.
or do like AG blue rupee strat.
Yeah, but I don't know if at that point it would actually save much time over just grabbing both. Like between getting the red or between getting the blue and like collecting all the greens would be kind of slow. Dean also failing the Mendotech skip. Zach also confidently not splitting for ball and chain because apparently cannot split for ball and chain without losing time, or so he says. Despite the fact that a lot of us do it every time without losing any time.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm also against ball and chain split. It makes way more sense to split on leaving
Y'all
Snow
are so
Peak
wrong.
or Ukuing out.
It's just wrong.
So you want your lake bed split to have like, well, I guess on
My
Pillar Clip
lake
Route.
bed split doesn't have it.
Okay, well, let's say on Pillar Clip Route, would you want your lake bed split to include getting the second 100 rupee, or sorry, getting both
Yes.
the 100 rupees?
Yes. It's including like a bunch of movement anyway. It may as well include like getting the rupees. I don't know.
But like Snow Peak is already like a really short segment. Why are you making it
I've
shorter?
always done it that way, even when I was on Pillar Clip Route. So it's like the answer is yes, I would still do it that way. I mean, the only real like anyway, the other objection is that like if you split there, you'll like fail to pick up the ball and chain or something. But that has never stopped me from being able to split perfectly fine. I don't know. It's like if you just wait to split until like half a second into the text, it's perfectly fine. Dean having a little bit of trouble with reserve skip, but getting it second try looks like.
I'm surprised that one worked. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, that was an interesting
was-
setup to open the door.
What was that? I've never seen that.
Yeah, you can kind of just like walk around to the right to be able to grab that same door, but that was an interesting setup for sure.
Where are all of Zach's splits gold?
I think he has gold for his ahead splits, I think, and he's running against like some of worse or something.
Oh, that's what it is. My stream is so blurry.
Oh,
that it's
no,
just,
no,
like,
never
gold
mind.
blobs.
No, you're right. It's his gold. It's he like skipped a bunch of splits to see like something, I guess, about one of his later splits. So I was wrong. So he has gold for his gold splits. It's just that he
Oh, I see. He's on Interzan. That's crazy, Zach. Zach is like
already in
new world
Palace. See,
record.
he's doing the thing where you like save in this cutscene, obviously, and it'll definitely warp you to the boss key room or the boss door room in Palace. Oh, unfortunately, he just barely messed it up.
Yeah, unfortunate, and that's gonna lose the better part of an
Dean.
hour.
No, Dean, no. Okay.
Oh no! Did that actually happen? Oh no! Does he know his backup rupees? I guess he already has a good amount.
The lobby rupee.
Let's do the math. So how many does he have now? He's probably gonna get all of the reds in AG now.
So Zach split on every 7th bladder rung. That's what it was. I was not paying attention to the meme. So probably, let's see, if he has 130 something or 160, 169 now. So if you grab the fire rupee on the way to desert and after HE and get all 3 reds, you're still 31 short. So
I would get maybe the graveyard 50. I'm not sure what would be fastest.
That's pretty slow though. There's got to be, so there's other rupees around fire that you can get. lower denominations, but I think there's like 50 around his hut on like the other ledges total.
I
So
think
you could
around
like
his
grab
hut
a
is
couple
60.
extra.
Yeah, around his hut is
Okay,
60.
So you could
And
grab
then-
some extras.
That's still not enough.
Well, you could always just do flight by foul and get the 100 rupee. That would be very slow.
The graveyard one isn't as slow as it seems because you can just do well clip once you're there. Or not well clip, just go into the well.
Oh, there's a lantern chest outside of Arbiter's grounds. Thank you, Zach, for being helpful. That's good to know. So that one would be faster than the graveyard chest.
Oh yeah, I
Because
guess
they're
there
both
is.
lantern chests.
Never thought about that one.
Zach very boldly just walking into the corner here, and it works. Yeah, there's a blue in skull after the Podor. There's a blue in one of the skulls in Po4 room, which doesn't theoretically waste that much time. There's a bunch of backup rubies, but like if you have to grab a lot of them, it's quite slow. So I think what Zach said about, I think if you get the red rupee from fire twice, and then get, or like even just once maybe, and then get the 50 outside of Arbiters, and then get the 3 reds in Arbiters, it would do it. That should be 130. So, yeah, it looks like, hopefully that's what Dean's thinking here. So you should only have to get the fire rupee once, though, if he grabs all 3 reds and Arbiters.
It's interesting of a choice to get that one on this split instead of saving it for later to see if you still need it.
I mean, I don't know. If I were in this situation, I didn't know exactly, like, if I hadn't worked out the math of all the rupees in my head, I would just grab that one instinctively just to be safe.
Or you can always grab it when you're like about to go up to fire for entering city.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, he probably, I mean, he may not have, like, worked it out completely in his head that he
Yeah, I
only
guess.
needs to get one from fire. Yeah, there's some chests with rupees in the human movement, like epic spinner room as well. So that's a good point. I'm guessing that he'll just grab the 50 if he knows about it, though.
Yeah, I've only ever had that happen in one of my runs, and I knew like none of the backups, so I got the graveyard 50. Apparently there are lots of rupees everywhere.
Yeah, the problem is knowing where they are. That's a nice ledge grab by Dean there. Saves a little bit of time. So Dean gonna do the more conventional setup here to get in the corner. Just doing side hops. It's a little bit slower, but usually safer than just trying to walk over there.
Wow, that was a really late Po1 skip. That was interesting.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it, but I guess Dean got a a 3-bomb Morpheal. So I think because he skipped the Dark Hammer bomb, he's probably fine on bombs now. But it is worth noting that there's some extra bombs in the Stalfos room. He shouldn't need to grab any of those, though.
I wasn't watching what happened when he was going for the rupee, so I'm not sure why exactly it didn't spawn.
Yeah, he probably just had a weird angle on the... I mean, because it always spawns in if you just side hop and throw the ball and chain twice, but he was probably trying to do a faster way of doing it.
That's not good for Zach.
Nope. But as we know, it should spawn in the same spot every time, so it should spawn over to the right. So he'll probably want to go away from this door to make it
I did
work
not
better.
know that.
That's a recent discovery. I'm not sure that Zach knew either, but he got it that time. It's probably still faster to like stay near the door. I've tried messing around with it to like see if maybe if you could stand by the wall and like if it's on the sides, still hit them without them going out of bounds. It seems like it would be difficult though.
I guess that kind of makes sense. Just like the RNG has decided, like, once you do the manip and then never again.
Yep. Yeah, there may be some connection between the spawn on first phase and second phase, but it's not totally clear and it seems to depend on other things. So sometimes it feels predictable, but then like other times it'll just do something weird. So I don't know. Hopefully the decomp people can look into it more at some point and tell us exactly what's going on.
I am sometimes decomp people, so I might take a look.
Yep, that would be nice. Dean, you're not falling apart. You're doing just fine. Also, I didn't see. Did Dean get the rupee outside of AG? I was looking at Zach's screen.
I was also looking at Zach's screen. Guess we'll find out in a moment.
Yeah, we can see based on his rupee count, I'm sure. Yeah, Zach just running into that rupee text there because the skull is kind of weird. You can kind of side hop through it, but if the skull is there, it becomes very difficult. And so it's better to probably just take the text and then not have to side hop through the Po3 room one, which would also be difficult to side hop through anyway. Okay. So, yeah, so I think Dean got the purple outside of Arbiter, so his plan at this point is to get like a random green from Po3 room and then get the 3 red rupees, probably.
Yeah. And the random green is fairly guaranteed for people that
Yeah. It would be... Well,
if you
there
got
is
no
actually
greens
a
in that
guaranteed
room?
one. So there's a pot next to the chain that has a guaranteed green,
I see.
I think.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you got no greens in that whole room.
Yeah. There's also some pots outside of Death Sword's room. I think it's... I want to say somebody said it was the ones to the left have guaranteed greens in them. So there are like ways of backing up the 1 rupee, but he should definitely get 1 at least from the Stalkins. Like it would be kind of highway robbery if he didn't get a single green. For Manip looks good from Dean. Let's see which spawn he gets here. Gets the one close to the door. Very nice. Oh no!
Oh.
He misses the grab.
Why did it even happen?
So, but now he can use the tech that we mentioned to his advantage by just attacking the door again, because it should spawn in the same spot. I'm sure he's going to try to attack the door anyway.
Are you sure about that tech? That you
Wow,
mentioned?
really? That's... Oh, it's because he... Sorry. So he got the kill.
Oh, that
And
makes
so it
sense,
reset to
yeah.
the first cycle. That's why I didn't spawn in the same spot. I was not paying enough attention. If you just miss on the second cycle, that's what it does. It's different. Sorry, if you like fail to finish the Poe.
That was kind of some like bullshit. Like I don't understand how I didn't grab that. Like normally it's because like you ran into like the door frame or a wall, but he seemed like fairly clear of any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could tell Dean was like trying to avoid the door frame being bad there, but just the door frame was just not behaving.
That was a nice instant clip from Zach.
But I'm pretty sure that like Dean is going to grab the green whether he likes it or not, because one is probably going to fall on him in the Poe 3 room. It's usually how that happens. Let's see the human movement from Zach. Looks pretty good so far.
Does he go for the brake slide here?
Yes.
He does, nice.
He does all parts of it, so we'll see if he gets the second brake slide. Very nice.
That was really good and like unbuffered too, crazy.
Yeah, Zach, I think, makes fun of people who buffer the brake slides but don't buffer Death Sword skip. I don't really know why, but anyway. Very nice movement there, too. So it's a little bit faster than doing the claw shot. Yes, that is faster. Uh-huh. It's difficult, but faster. The claw shot is definitely very easy by comparison. Zach risking a soft lock here, but not having any problems. It's pretty rare to get the soft lock there, so it's usually pretty safe to
That'd
just
be
do
another
the
really
X.
wacky and crazy way for this race to spin again.
Well, yeah. I mean, because that... I don't remember the last time he saved. It would be a long, long time to go back.
It would be Snow Peak, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Oh.
ZachLink says, what soft lock?
There's if you bonk the sword like on the last hit in the B attack version of first phase, you can like soft lock. It'll just freeze and you can't do anything. It's rare, but it can happen. Zach buffering the super jump there and getting it. Very nice. Yeah, it's just something to be aware of. It's why in Wolfdash races, I personally wouldn't go for it. I mean, because it only saves like a little bit of time. But the soft lock is also like very, very rare, so you're pretty safe just doing the B attacks. No, I don't think so. It doesn't freeze though. It like you just
Nice.
can't. It goes into like a can't skip animation, so I don't think it's like
Dean
a hard
had one
freeze.
green fall on him. Now he just has to avoid all other greens. Aww.
Yeah, it stays in the cutscene.
It's
Like I
Zach
think
missed a
Death Sword
roll.
starts flying around and you just can't do anything or something. Anyway, it's funky to look at. Thankfully, it didn't happen to Zach though.
Yeah, there's like 3 different soft locks associated with Death Sword, I think.
Yeah, I think the Ascend one may not technically be a soft lock, because I think he eventually comes back down. It just takes forever, but I forget. But yeah, so one of the other ones is like Death Sword will go through the ceiling for some reason. I don't really know why.
And then there's the other one where
Also
you can
very
just get
rare.
like stuck in his room with no way to escape. If you like save warp without, I forget exactly how it works.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen that one. Okay, so Zach presumably will be going for Stallard skip here. This is another spot where the race could swing. Technically, he has enough of a lead where if he wanted to be safe, he would still have a lead if he didn't go for it, but I imagine he's going to go for it anyway. Just as like a matter of pride. But maybe if he like fails it once or twice, he may think better of it. We'll see. I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that it's
his
the
lead
wrong
is
choice.
by like what, like 4 minutes?
Yeah, it's enough of a lead where he'd be pretty comfortable, but he's gonna go for for Stellar Skip here. So we'll see if he gets it. The very specific setup here, both to get the Stealth Trooper in the right position and to get in the position for the Clawshot Actor displacement. Looks like it's pretty good there. And he's gonna do an L slide into the wall here. All looks good so far. And the last thing is just a L slide bomb boost. Although he's gonna have to line this up again after getting hit by the fire.
Yeah, I also thought we might have had a Rangless incoming.
And he got it.
Good. Yeah, nice.
Dean having some trouble with that sword skip. Not doing the backup quite right there. I don't know if he does it slightly differently. It looked
This
weird
is a
how
new
he's trying to do
strat
it.
that Zach is doing right now that he discovered recently. He placed a bomb where one of these shadow bases is going to land so that he can kill the other two while he waits for the bomb to go off and saves like something like 2 seconds.
There's also a very interesting death sword skip from Dean.
Didn't save time that time. Just missed one of them.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that death sword skip from Dean, but he got like the backup and then I think took like 10 steps. His steps seemed misaligned, but like still worked. It's very strange.
Interesting. Theoretically, there's like a lot of places it could work from. Oh
yeah,
no, no. Oh no.
Anyway. Yeah, avoiding there is not fast.
You're just going for back in time. Alright, so now Zach is going to do the biggest sequence break in the run and clip through this statue here. Saves like 90 minutes or so.
I don't think it starts immediately with boss flags, but I also don't know. It might. It honestly it probably does, but I've just never seen it personally.
I will load up GZ as we speak.
Dean having some issues with the spinner here. He's probably gonna void out. Oh no. Dean, no. Dean will probably not be holding Stallard Skip here, unfortunately. Looking to get extra health here. Probably so that he can void out if necessary on Stellar Skip. I don't know if the collision works differently either if you're at critical health, but the Dean side hop strat. I don't know which strat you're talking about, Zach. Oh, that. Interesting. That is actually kind of clean looking. I guess that always puts you in a position where you can flush out the target pretty easily. It's interesting. It does start immediately with the early boss fights. Okay. Fair enough.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
I had
Yeah, I
some
can
mic
hear you.
issues for a second.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even with early boss flags, it's not like we can prevent the gate from going down. It would be super nice if we could, but
Yeah, if it
alas.
did, it would make TP speedruns kind of insane.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be amazing? Like, super easy Stellar Skip? You know, I'd be
Yeah.
curious, though, if you
Stellar
had
is
to
such a dumb
reset...
boss.
If you had to reset boss flags, I'm assuming it would still be faster, because you could probably just, like, have a Grove save and do it pretty quickly during the save warp, but, like, it wouldn't... It could only save so much time, right?
No, Doofsy, it's insane in 2022. It's not yet insane in 2024.
Dean's struggling with this angle setup. That looks good, though. I think. Alright. Not quite getting the L slide. There we go. Gonna have to ring Stallard to not get owned here. And hopefully this will also be first try. Buffering to get the right frame on the bomb. Looks good. You got it. So
Buffering
first
is
try
interesting.
from both runners. Yep. Dean, more consistent with Stellar Skip than with Hugo, is what he says. That's certainly interesting.
He probably practices Stellar to get more.
Well, I'm sure that's the case, but... Oh, you mean in this race? Yeah. I think there's something... I mean, you both got first try Morpheal. Does that count? And you both got first try, like, only try zero bomb on the Deku Toad. There were a few things. Both got first try Gorge Void, first try Back in Time, yeah. I don't know, there's a bunch of things. I know that these runs have not maybe been up to these runners' standards, but still. They haven't been, like, terrible.
I mean, I think these are still sub 3 pace. Or at least
Zach is
Zach's
sub 3
yeah.
pace. Yeah, but Dean is not sub 3 pace.
You never know.
No, it takes like about an hour from the end of AG. Maybe it can be a little less if you're playing at a very high level, but
Nice brake slide to the door from Zach there. Slightly faster than walking up to it, if you can't fit in another roll.
yeah. Also showing off the spin attack kill of the Deku Baba, which is supposedly faster than doing the double slash. Or maybe it's the same, I forget exactly. Doopsy says it's faster by a second. Yeah, you kind of just want to be like right on top of the Deku Baba and just do a spin. Or
I never
Deku
knew there was a
Serpent,
way to make
technically.
it consistent. Nice, now I know.
Yeah. Usually the like walking slash method works, but I guess it's technically a little bit slower. Yeah. Yeah, the Aragorn cutscene skip without CF is also pretty fast. It's definitely faster if you do it without the jump attack, and if you miss the lineup and like end up lower, the jump attack makes it still pretty fast. So I don't know about the spinner kill strat, but for like the Deku Serpent, I don't know the timing on that, and I don't want to spread misinformation by being wrong. Anyway, but Dean will be following Zach into the city pretty soon here. Dean also doing the Dean side hop strat to get into the city. Oh no, Zach!
Oh, Zach.
Not getting there in time.
Yeah, so he left,
see.
he left
He
the
left too
ledge
early.
a little bit early and didn't quite get enough updraft.
Wait, no, I don't remember being the person who created the stupid side hop thing. Is that actually me? I don't remember this at all.
So
That may
Zach
be
is
me.
going
I'd have to
for
look at my old runs.
Uku jump, where you get a somewhat precise ledge grab here, and then he'll be rolling over to the worst door in the entire game. For some reason, this door just makes you stand in front of it for a few frames before you can open it, for like no reason at all.
Yeah, there's a few doors in the game like that. There's another one in Snowpeak that's unfortunately that way as well.
I don't know what's worse, that door or like the doors with like small key locks that push you away from the door.
They're both bad. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I've always rolled to go in the city in the sky cannon.
Nice, that was very
Anyway.
fast. A Ralpho skip from Zach. Okay, but what's worse, the door frames in City or the door frames in Lake Bed?
No, I don't think either of them are bad.
Oh, they both have like... they're both very easy to bonk on. It's
Okay.
like, the City ones like extend out a lot larger than they look. And then like the Lake Bed ones, like it looks like you can roll over like this, like one of the lower pieces of collision, but then you still bonk on it.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Doopsy on this one. Neither of them are that bad. This sounds like a Cranky's advice moment to me, personally.
I mean, just because like we could get good doesn't mean they aren't annoying.
Okay. Now, you know what is annoying is the collision on that stupid gap in the like little fence there. That collision like freaking lies to you. like for real.
I don't
It's
even know what you're
horrible.
talking about.
The one that Zach went in to get into the main room just now. That
Oh.
collision extends so far out beyond like what it looks like it extends to.
Oh, you're so right, Badanja. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's like a tiny little like minuscule like rectangle on the ground in rooftops that you bonk on.
That's why you do the B attack. You avoid that and you like set up the dash cancel spacing. But anyway, I think I'm thinking of the same rectangle that y'all are thinking of. Anyway, Dean apparently failing Argorak cutscene skip. So when he save warps to the start of city, it will not be Atom Glitch. That is actually the intended behavior.
No, Atom Glitch is clearly from like everyone who's ever gotten Atom Glitch just spliced missing the cutscene skip out of their run.
Oh man.
Because they got mad, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they spliced it live.
No,
With like
all runs are
10
actually
hours of
pre-recorded.
footage. Yeah. Pretty clean fan tower from Zach so far, although that last one was kind of sketchy.
I'm surprised that worked. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but ends up getting all of them in one go, so that's good. Not sure what was with targeting from Zach there, but nice one frame roll. And a pretty fast Rob shot as well. That's to do a DF walk? Interesting. Zach is having an Iron Boots party. And will presumably not try to get cool game. Good job. I think that Zach is downplaying his split here. He's probably going to beat the golds of pretty much everybody present while still complaining about his split. I mean, I think, like, what, my gold is like a 923, although it's on fade out, so I don't know if Zach splits on saying yes or not.
My gold is like a 938 on fade out, so yeah. Accurate description.
Yeah. Well, it's not just us, it's probably everybody in chat, too.
I don't know, Deucey's in chat. You never know.
Oh, Doopsy was just saying that Zach is probably beating the gold. Oh, okay. Alright, well. Never mind then.
We have some more spoilers in chat, so we'll be watching Dean's screen as he gets the one-framer here.
Is he talking about the Iron Boots one-framer or probably the Fan one-framer, right?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say anything about the
Looks
Iron
like the
Boots
Iron
one-framer.
Boots one-framer.
No, he's gotta be talking about the Fan one-framer. It has to be. Yeah,
Nice.
There we go. The Iron Boots one-framer is not really notable. This does mean that he can't do the angle setup on the Arolfo skip, although he's been around long enough that he probably... Well...
So he's still gonna do it.
Okay. Still doing the angle setup. I guess you just have to take the iron boots off first. You have a little less time to do it. Well, okay, Deepsea, I've been commentating other runs, and I have had people tell me that if you get the one framer, you can't do the angle buffer setup. Okay, so I'm not totally making it up. Somebody else said it. It's not my fault. So now we know.
Spreading misinformation confirmed.
Correcting misinformation instantly on the internet. Oh no, Dean got Adam glitch. Psych. Zach saying that he got Eve glitch. Interesting. I've never heard of this speedrunner named Eve, for whom a glitch is named after. But, oh well.
Yeah, I heard that she got kicked out of the community for, like, eating some fruit from a tree or something.
Yeah. Never to return. She tried to eat the fruit of sub 3.
Yeah.
You know?
And then she offered it to Adam too, but Adam, yeah, this isn't funny. True Goosey.
I don't know. I mean, Adam must have also eaten the fruit of sub 3, because Adam did get sub 3 in ye olden days when Adam was still around. Adam was very good at this game. So maybe that is the origin story of Twilight Princess speedrunning.
True. In the beginning.
No.
In the beginning, there were only 4 speedrunners.
But actually, kind of. Anyway. Zach, how do you miss the heart? You just have to side hop. Also,
Yeah, I was about to say.
You literally just
Zach
hold
is probably like,
left.
oh, it's faster than DF walk, actually.
He probably is. Like,
it
it's
saves
faster
1 frame
to roll.
if you DF walk there, actually.
No, he probably just rolls normally, but still, he's gonna put it in chat that it's faster to roll. Just wait. Oh my god, rolling is faster.
As
Okay,
seen.
fine, whatever. You could just hold the
By
side
way
off so
faster,
easy.
are we talking like single, like, can I count the frames on one hand?
Man. Dean having a little bit of trouble with fan tower, but just the top fan hopefully should get it this time. There we go. Ooh, Dean also getting the 1 frame drop. At least I believe it's 1 frame to roll forward.
I also believe it's 1 frame.
It's definitely better to get that one than to get the up warp on the target, which can also happen. Oh no.
Oh, dead pixel.
Yeah, if
He
you
claw shotted too far right, I believe.
Yes, that's right. I think
Too
it's
high
like
up and too far right.
I think it's like the furthest right pixel on like an otherwise successful rob shot, more or less, can do that sometimes. Rob shot named for Rob West, I believe, who was another old TP runner. I have no idea what Zach is doing with the Zant head, by the way. He's just playing with his food, I guess. That was don't think that you escaped our notice there, Zach. That was very interesting.
It was heinous indeed.
Yeah, Dean looked like he was maybe trying to go for cool game, but didn't get it.
Zelda crash could still happen. It's not over till it's over.
I need to figure out the timing for this so that I can throw away really bad runs.
I think that, like, it'll happen for me when it needs to happen, you know? Like, I'm not gonna learn the timing, I'm just gonna keep on going for it until it happens one day.
Zach vows to find a new crash. We shall see.
Well, let's think. I mean, like, lots of transforms in Palace, so, like, theoretically he could crash whenever.
Can you just crash on any transform?
I believe.
Is that a thing?
Yes. I think.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's like very true, but I think there's like certain circumstances where you can crash in most transforms.
That's weird. I know on HD there's like some weird random soft blocks going through loading zones. Like there's like a specific loading zone in a specific segment on an old route we used to do that could just like not load the next area. It would just like go almost fading to white and just stop. But
Yeah, I don't think we understand transform crashes yet. They just happen sometimes. It's probably like a divide by zero error or something, with like the animation, some way that it's set up that it happens. And then like TP will sometimes like you'll enter a load zone and then just never load into the next room. That happens sometimes.
Yep. Oh, there's another fun one here, and neither of these runners got it. But you can have an audio crash. I've only seen it on an HD personally, but I think it probably can happen on the SD too, where the audio gets messed up for the second phase of Argarok, and it'll just like crash whenever you're trying to kill Argarok. It's happened to a few people. That's a fun one. Anyway, there's a lot of like really strange crashes that can happen. Anyway, Zach is going to do a couple escort missions here with these souls.
You're
To
gonna do
get
an
them back to
flight
the...
here to skip a squeeble spawn. Oh, he still got the
didn't
squeeble
skip
spawn.
it, but he still avoided them.
That was very close to like a palace of practice.
Doopsy, I will be a little disappointed if Zach doesn't go for Zelda Crash, but also I can totally understand why you wouldn't want to go for it.
You guys should do like a salty race back where you just redo the entire race.
Yeah, but I totally understand the feeling of like very bad run, want to like immediately do another one, especially if it's after a race. Like, that's the worst feeling ever. Is like you clearly like race way below your potential.
Yeah.
Very painful.
I don't know, Dean. Zelda Crash is like 7 minutes if you saved at like KB4, give or take. Maybe not that much. Plus the time it takes to like reboot your Wii.
Yeah, it's a little under 7. Well, yeah, I guess maybe with the rebooting time. That might be fair.
Alright, Zach is now in a room called Stupid Room, which is very stupid because there's RNG, there's moving platforms, and there's ways you can fall off and lose like 30 seconds.
No!
Just happened. That is why we call it Stupid Room. Thank you for the great example, Zach. That was otherwise a fairly good Stupid Room from Zach, though, so since he already killed this ant head, he just has to get back up and it won't cost too much. It could be way worse if he hadn't already killed the Xanhead. Now he can just take these platforms fairly quickly.
Ian, if you start feeling really bad about your run, just remember my 318 in pools, and you'll probably feel a little bit better. At least you didn't fail Isa for like 5 minutes straight, among other ridiculous things. Okay.
Dude, I had a 332 in pools.
Yeah. Like
that was like the worst
I think
run
we
of my
understand.
life.
Yeah. Zach demonstrating that these Shadow Beasts hit for more than one heart of damage for some reason in Palace of Twilight specifically. So if they hit him again, he would have died. Opting to skip the heart that was right there. Oh well. Zach going for the cool movement and failing it horribly.
Oh, dude. Sorry, my mic fell. Did you go for a Bedandra strat?
Yes, he did, and did not land on the little ledge there.
Yeah, that strat is a little jank. Sometimes you can still land on the ledge, but then you still get transformed if you're like slightly too far back.
Yeah. No, Dean, trust me, I understand. You didn't have a +7 interlake bed. I've done that before, so I get it. Anyway. But unfortunately, with races, just random things like this can happen.
Yeah, TP is very TP.
Yeah. Also, Zach has not had like a particularly great run for him either. I mean, he's probably still going to get a sub 3, but I think that he would love to redo some of that start. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay, but what's worse? Enter Lakebed split or like Pillar Clip Claw Shot split?
I think there's overall more BS in the interlake bed split in ELH, but it's
Yeah,
sort of
Pillar
like
Clip-
a little bit of a matter of preference.
Pillar Clip is easy, but when you're doing Pillar Clip route, that means you have Pillar Clip, like Rupee Roll, Postman Skip, Gorge Void, Decker Toad, like all in the same segment, and also like 2 Farron escapes as well.
But that's just vessel segment being bad at that point. But
I guess it's Vessel segment plus Pillar Clip.
yeah, vessel segment has always been bad. But I think as Doopsy is suggesting, there are worse splits, namely Spinner. It's the main one I can think of.
No, maybe I need to get good, but I think I lose more time on Claw Shot on average than on Spinner.
Well, yeah, but that just happens if you're like bad at the tricks, because it's just a bunch of tricks. But like once you get that down, the movement is probably not overall worse than Spinner. It would just be Gorge Void pretty much at that point.
Yeah, you know, I don't split for that split very much anyway because of Gorge Void.
Yeah.
And like the tricks aren't like necessarily hard. It's just that you have to get all of them plus fast Farron escapes. And, like fast Farron escapes is just like whatever, you know.
Yeah. But Dean, you could always learn the setup and join the rest of us on the Lake Bed Bomb Boost. I think even Beast does the setup now. I want to say. I don't remember for sure. But I thought in some of the earlier races he was doing the setup. It's definitely, it feels very consistent, like once you get it down.
Sorry, what were you asking about the setup?
Yeah. I was saying, well, anyway. I think that Beast does it now as well.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah. Because his old world record run didn't do it, because I don't think it had been found yet, but
Yeah.
he's since picked up the strat.
And also make sure you learn the lost angle backup, because everybody says that they never lose their angle, and so they don't need it, and then they do lose their angle, and then they don't know it.
Oh, you just YOLO the angle. That's the backup, and just pray.
Clearly.
It works sometimes. I don't know. Zach is
UFC goes
having an
against the winner
interesting
of this
health
race.
situation.
Assuming nothing crazy happens, I think Doopsy versus Zach would be like a very hype race.
Yes, for sure. Although, hopefully both of those runners will have a good early game.
Yeah, hopefully that race has less interesting things happening than this one.
Yeah, as interesting as it was to see the lead swings, it'd be nice to see good times as well. I mean, again, Zach's probably still going to get sub 3, but you get the idea. Looks like a pretty good stupid room, at least the part that I saw for Dean. I didn't see if he had attempts before that fell down, but that looked good from my point of view. Zach is ahead by a pretty good chunk of time at this point. I would say probably like 7 minutes or so, or about that much. It might be slightly less, but in that ballpark generally. Five-ish? Oh, I don't know. I mean, because this is like almost 3 minutes into Zach's segment here. And like Dean is still like 4 minutes away from the end of this segment, I think. I don't know. Dean says 7. It's in that ballpark generally. Dean getting Spidey shot, though. Very nice. Oh god, Zach, run away.
Okay.
The Kargaroks were, they were really coming after him there.
I don't know if the situation is really resolved yet.
I think he can get away
Okay.
still. Yeah, we're good.
Right.
So it's not fully resolved yet because the Deku Baba can still sneak up on you. But
Isn't that a quarter heart?
the last time I ran through it, I got a half heart of damage.
Oh,
So-
okay. Monka S.
I know for a fact if it hits you in certain ways, it's a half a heart damage. Zach opting not to do the mid-note buffer here. Thinking about doing an LJA there to save time, but I guess didn't get the targets he wanted. And no hearts from the Shadow Beast, so he's gonna have to roll with the punches here. Oh no.
Unintended ledge grab there, so now it's gonna be
Very
tighter
tight
to get.
to... Yeah, without the mid-note buffer, without the
And
LJA
does he
as well,
die?
it's gonna be
Ooh, that looks a little scary, but
nice Deku Baba dodge.
so he will
I
be
don't
going
see
through for
this LJA very often.
Yeah, it's good for if you need to make it less tight, because like so
He should
traffic's
make
already
this
going
with
on.
a
Yeah, this is good.
slash, yeah. A little bit of a risky jump attack, but he got it. That's not that
I've
risky.
fallen all the
I'm
way
just
down
wuss.
so many times going for that
Yeah.
jump attack.
The real risky thing is doing this corner jump, which I seriously doubt that he's gonna do. Not be a good idea. Okay, good.
I didn't know anybody ever did that.
I think people have done it before. It's just very precise. And if you take any time to line it up, you're not gonna save any time, pretty much. A little early on that last spin attack. Not checking to see if the bot has a fairy, interestingly. Trying to open the door from the corner, for whatever reason. I don't really understand why. Probably not intentional.
The winner of this race goes up against Doopsy in round 2 of the winner's main bracket. And then the loser will be against, I believe, Glubbers in round 1 of the loser's main bracket.
Yeah, that's right. Which, thank you for keeping that that website up to date, by the way. It's a
I
very
believe
nice
it's
website.
one race out of date, but I'm updating it as we speak, so...
So Marco and T-Bag need to have the result when Marco beat T-Bag.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. Yeah, no, Doopsy, it's on my to-do list. I've been really sick.
Oh, I've been curious about that. Do you know what's happening with the last chance thing? Are you gonna get to maybe run in the second?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't
Part of
asked
that,
about
or-
it. I don't care
okay.
too much because I was
Alright.
planning on getting like 6th or 7th anyway, like 5th if I got lucky. So it's like whatever.
Okay. It's interesting getting the pot heart there from Zach. Not sure it's really necessary, but I think he's just showing off at this point. Incredible boot spamming right there. Zach might die, you never know. I don't know, man. There's hearts in the Snow Peak room, like the Blizzetta phase, so I think you're gonna be okay. I mean, you'd have to, like, somehow die to Ook. I don't...
No, he's gonna like
I don't know how
flip out
Ook
of
phase
bounds
would-
in the Blizzard phase on accident.
Yeah, some Hyrule Castle Dynalphos will just spawn in and push him through the door. Wait,
He'll
what?
find a
Sorry?
Zant Ook crash.
Do you know about that one? The Dynalphos pushing you through the door in
I
Hyrule
have
Castle?
indeed seen the Adam clip. I don't
Very
know if anyone
fun.
else has had that happen to them.
I think a couple other people have had it, but I don't remember. Very interesting turnaround ball and chain strat there. I don't know if that does anything, but it was certainly flashy looking. I think Zach at this point is just trying to be as flashy as possible.
Yeah, he's
just
going
doing
for
crazy looking stuff.
ball and chain quick spins.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh, interesting. He doesn't target walk for that. Oh,
That was
that
purposeful.
worked. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize for a moment.
Yeah. So the normal way of doing that is to spin Zant, and then he'll like stop spinning, and you can just do slashes on him. But it's just as fast, or maybe even a little bit faster, depending on exactly how you do it. To let him like go past you and despawn, and then just like start slashing.
Lucy says it wasn't on purpose, so maybe he got really lucky.
Wait, which part of it wasn't on purpose? I think like letting the Zant go past, I thought was on
It
purpose.
looked like he was going for a spin. Like it looked like he was
Okay.
spinning his control stick and he didn't get a quick spin out or something.
Okay, well, boohoo. He'd probably save time doing that.
That is true.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think that he was trying to slash him. That was interesting looking. Yeah, you can also let him hit you and do basically the same thing. Sometimes I think it doesn't work because he'll spawn in like a weird spot or with weird timing or something, but I think if you get hit, it's like the same speed rather than faster. But the most fun is when you spin him and he's too close to a wall and will just like despawn instead of stopping spinning. That one is very fun. Dean showing off a special pod with apparently nothing inside, as far as I could tell. Oh no, Dean, do not go for that. Yeah, okay. That's unfortunate. What is that energy? Did you see that?
Nope. What
The
happened?
energy ball got stuck on the target and was like slowly moving through the target.
Oh, I was watching the squid in a cutscene for some reason.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, now that Zach has definitely collected all of the Few Shadows and all of the mirror shards, you can go into Hyrule Castle. Dean going for the corner jump and getting it.
Nice.
Let's go. I don't think it saved time because he kind of lined it up, but still pretty cool. This is very precise, and if you mess it up, you fall all the way down, which is very slow.
Probably loses at least 30 seconds.
Yeah, the platform takes a while to come back up. But thankfully, you don't have to do the whole room again since you've already killed all of the Zant heads, so the shortcut platform will spawn. But still,
Yeah, if you don't kill the Zant heads, then fall down, it's way worse.
although you can still take some sort of unintended shortcuts by just claw shotting certain places sooner. Because you don't have to kill the Zant head anymore. I think when you get close to the top, like the second to last platform or something, you can just claw shot directly up there or something like that. Anyway,
Perhaps.
I believe that's the thing. But I also appreciate that Dean is now running against his worst segments rather than his PB.
Nice.
Or
Like
route
to see it.
PB. What we all do when we want to feel good about our horrible runs. Zach apparently not going for the barrier skip. I don't even know if that saves time if you have bombs, but I know it's a thing. You can do an LJ. You can also, and this one is slower than bombs, but you can do a Moon Boots ending blow to get over the little fence there. Although I think that would be a couple extra equips. Yeah, it doesn't save time if you have bombs, so there you go. Yeah, HD has a modified version of that, which is useful and fast because HD doesn't have bombs, so it's good to know. Dean a little bit too fast on the Dangoro hits, or the Dangoro phase hits, so you won't get the one cycle here. Zach doing a bit of a different, well, apparently I don't think doing it quite correctly, but trying to do a different King Boblin 4 setup. Maybe Dean will also try it so that we can see how it looks. But Dean tempting fate by swimming towards Xanth's nostrils.
Yeah, you don't want to get too close.
Yeah, if you're too close and you still have the bomb in your hands, you probably just drown. But it worked out there. I think he was trying to get hit by it just like to show it off, but anyway. I guess Zach got the sick flip in Hyrule Castle. Not to be confused with other backflips which have different names in this game, such as Gainer, which is not in this category, but is another backflip. Oh no, Dean not getting the pillar for Ukfei's Sam. Fortunate. He should still spawn in the middle, though. Yeah, he does. It's good to know. I guess Zach doesn't have the Iron Boots equipped here. Pillar and Ook Room is commentary in this run. Yeah, although in different places, right? And I don't think it costs Dean quite as much time as it costs Zach, so... Pretty good looking Dark Nut from Zach. Yeah, no, Dean, we saw. Dangoro phase can just be bad sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a lot of RNG and then 2-frame tricks.
Still doesn't lose as much time as messing up Blizzetta phase, though.
Yeah, I think I might hate Blizzetta phase the most. I feel like I have brain damage whenever I miss one of those.
Yeah, the Blizzetta phase should be the most consistent. I mean, you basically just don't roll too much and kind of just walk towards him, and then after the 7th pop, you can start slashing.
Yeah. No, I've never drowned to the Morpheal phase in a run. It's gonna happen at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. Nice ball and chain strats on Aralphos from Zach. Oh.
Showing off
he
the
took damage on there.
yeah, I think that was on purpose. He was trying to show off how long that hitbox lasts. Since he knows he has a pretty big lead, doesn't need the second or two. Was that serious? That has to no, Zach.
Why is every time I lose time on purpose?
Zach, I'm pretty sure that what. Zach, in what universe do you stand? No, listen. In what universe do you stand over the Aralphos' dead body when you're not trying to just get hit by it? I don't Come on, are you serious? Why would you do that otherwise? That's not. Listen. You could wait for the barrier to despawn in front of the barrier.
Dean, I don't know. Yeah. Dean did not get an LJ there. He kind of aimed straight forward with the ring.
Zach, I would prefer to believe that you were doing that on purpose, just to show off how cool it is that the Aralphos will just hit you like long after death.
So Dean has now failed any percent no letters.
That's right.
Maybe we'll get to read it later.
But he can now complete a Hunter run, because I think that you have to get
And his
A
run is
letter.
valid.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's still a Hunter requirement, because there's a letter icon on the collection screen, so I think you have to get a letter at some point. You don't have to get all of
Perhaps.
them.
I don't know.
I have to check.
I've run one segmented run of Honda.
Yeah, so curious. Yes, you do have to get a letter in 100%. I just checked the rules. And Morgan has confirmed.
You want an
But Dean,
underdog
you can
story
have-
right now, Dean?
Dean, you can have a better underdog story making an epic losers bracket run.
I mean, like, you never know. Like, Zach could just void on spinner track for like 10 minutes, and hold on.
Zach was trying to get the spinner strat where you can clip through the barrier there, but didn't get it. See, I think that one was on purpose, and he just
Yeah.
failed it. So hopefully
No,
he won't yell at
clearly
me
he felt
about how
bad,
he was.
and he decided
Yeah.
to miss that.
No, I
You
mean
could
like
skip
going
the
for
cutscene
going.
too
No,
early.
hold on. Going for it was on purpose. Is what I mean. That was not a thing where he's gonna like come into chat and tell me that like I'm being a hater for thinking that he's doing something on purpose. But anyway.
You could get a 49 cycle Zelda.
Thank you for saying a random number that doesn't end in 7. It's
You know,
like
I
been
consciously
3,000
chose
years.
to not do that because you mentioned it earlier.
No, it's true. It's like people think that
Yeah, I know,
numbers
I
are
know.
more random if they end in 7, and so if you ask somebody for like a random number between 1 and 100, it usually ends in 7.
Alright, Zach is on pace for a 7 cycle.
Yeah, it doesn't help that the fastest Zelda is like 7 something. You know, it's a 7th cycle to begin with, so that like
Got a
also
triangle.
contributes to people saying
want
something
those.
7. Doing more ball and chain quick spins.
And another energy ball. So could still get a 7.
Yeah. Hopefully this time Zelda will not see goal on Zach's splits and view that as like the like something to shoot for. Because it's still like a 3-minute goal on there.
Alright, he
Also-
could still get the weirdly rare 8 cycle, which is more rare than a 9 cycle for some reason.
in this
he
tournament.
will get one. Yeah, so far.
Yeah, in the tournament. I think as a matter of the code, the 8 is not more rare than a 9.
Uh-oh. This is Zelda's getting a bit out of hand.
Anyway, I guess Zach did not get the Zelda crash. So I didn't see if he went for it, but clearly didn't get it. Because it would have been at the start of the fight.
I think.
Maybe he'll get a game-breaking crash during the ending blow on Ganondorf. It will hard brick his console so that he can't even boot it back up again.
We'll have no cycles yet.
I think you just had like a robo mic moment. I couldn't make out what you were saying there.
I was saying we also
Oh boy. I don't know if that's just me. Anyway. Okay. Is your mic better now? Hello? Zach not grabbing this rupee? That's like a crime against humanity. It's not even like a colored rupee. It's green. You can just grab it with no time loss. Anyway. Alright, so Zach is done with Beast Cannon. Now gonna head into the horseback fight. Hopefully Zach will get a good pattern here. That is not the pattern that you want. Ideally, you dodge the sword here, and don't get hit by Ganondorf like 5 times. Come on, Zach. It can be a little bit awkward if you get hit off the first time to like dodge him after that. But so, not a great horseback so far, but this pattern looks alright, although he's doing something funky now, so that's not good. Anyway, so looks like one missed shot there. Not too bad. Dean doing the fast lantern strat and getting it.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Your mic sounds better now.
Yeah, it's storming here, so I switched.
Okay. Dean doing an interesting variant of the bomb cook strat. You can kind of just like walk around to the side like that and just throw it, but there's another way of doing it where you like stop and start walking again, which looks kind of funny. But Dean doing that strat is probably a little easier, so.
GG.
Yep, GG.
See if we can get Zach in here for an interview.
Yeah, I think last time he wasn't aware that there were interviews, but he should know now. So
Discord.gg/ZSR, Zach.
So anyway, that might take a minute, but hopefully soon we'll get to talk to Zach. Looks like he's in the waiting room.
I believe he's in the waiting room. Hi, Zach.
Hello?
Hello.
So what are your
How do you
feelings?
feel?
What are my feelings? Well, I don't know. That was a very interesting run. The crash was crazy. Actually, to give you guys context, I knew about the crash, right? And when it was like about when I hit Ook, I was like, wait, something feels off. And I was about to stop attacking because I thought that would save it, but I wasn't sure if it would save it, so I was just like, screw it, I'll just keep going. Because I thought it just crashed no matter what you did. So, yeah, I kind of figured it was going to happen right before it happened. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the run kind of, I don't know, I wasn't very happy with it, unfortunately.
I mean, you still pulled out a sub-3 run with a crash.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Like, it still would have been a 54 if I didn't crash, I think. Roughly-ish. My goal is to get sub 255 every run in the tournament, so it is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
I forget.
you
I thought there were like a couple other early game things that went wrong, but I'm sort of forgetting what all
Yeah, there was a
happened.
lot.
Hugo.
Honestly, there was a lot.
So there's
I think-
Hugo.
Well, after I entered Lakebed, it was mostly fine until like, I guess, yeah, like Spinner, because between enter Lakebed and entering Arbiters, I only lost 20 seconds to my goal splits that you guys always make fun of.
Listen. So on the, I wanted to ask you on the one bomb Moorfield, did you think the root grab wouldn't work at all, or just that you wouldn't have enough air?
No, I thought it would have worked. I just didn't go for it.
Okay,
Like,
all right.
I
Well,
was just
I'll
choosing not
give
to
one
go
to
for it.
Simi on that.
Yeah, no, I was like, I only go for it if it's like saving a run. I'm not gonna go for it in a race.
Oh, we do have
Oh.
Dean in the waiting room. I don't know if he wants to hop in here early.
It would be a little bit unusual to have Dean jump into the commentary while still doing a run.
Alright.
But so we'll probably wait until he's done. Unfortunately, missing the final dark.
I think we
Knight
can
skip
wait
was
until
a bit
he's
early.
done. Oh, yeah. Now he gets to experience some amazing lag.
Needs to be
Oh,
careful
shoot.
not to die to the Stark Nut.
Oh yeah, I guess I also failed Sword and Shield skip. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you did. Just the once though. I think
yeah,
Dean failed it twice.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I kept making mistakes everywhere. I think it's the kind of. I feel like this game is the kind of thing. Like if you make one mistake, you just keep making more and more and more. It's really hard not to. But if you're on a good pace, then usually you keep playing well, right?
Yeah,
At least that's how
I
I
sort of
feel.
agree. I think maybe in races it might be a little different. So, because like if I'm going for like PB attempts, right, and
Yeah.
I have like a bad pace, then I'll just stop caring about the run, so it'll get worse.
Yeah.
But maybe in races, like you're still motivated to finish quickly because you have to finish before somebody. But like maybe the stress
Yeah.
of being in a race can like
Oh,
cause it
just
to get messed
missed
up.
it.
Could be. Yeah.
It looked like he was like either a frame or two late for Zelda Crash.
Almost Golden City second half. Yeah. That was. I think my highlight of this run was almost golding something. I guess.
The highlight of this run was us hard reading you saying that rolling into the herd was faster than side hopping.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even remember how much faster it is. It's like a little bit faster. I said way faster just because I was being silly.
I'm a
so-
little. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm a little bit surprised that you reacted so harshly when I said that you purposely waited in the Argar, or sorry, the Rolfos in Hydro Castle. I was like, I didn't think that would be like an offensive thing to say. I thought it looked like you were doing it on purpose.
No,
You were
no, you're
just standing
fine, you're
there.
Well,
Like, I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if you noticed. I was like testing out like a couple things, like with
Yeah.
and that
That's-
was one thing I was testing out. I was like seeing like, hey, if I wait to a certain part of his death animation, then start moving, would it like time the barrier thing well? And then he just hits me. I'm like, damn. And I don't even think I knew that was possible, which is kind of funny. I feel like I've seen
Yeah.
it before, but I never knew how to do it or whatever.
Well, now we know that death like
Yeah.
hitbox just sits there forever. I mean,
I believe
Yeah.
there was
was
an 8
ridiculous.
cycle.
I think with this
Dean.
run, I just learned what not to do, so that's always good.
Yeah. Well, now you know how to like back up the ook thing as well. So yeah.
Oh yeah, now I know. I just won't hit him, even though apparently you might be able to hit him a few times. I don't remember where I crashed, to be honest. I just
So-
turned my
You
lead
crashed
off.
on the last hit, but some people have said you can still crash not on the last hit, so I don't know.
So it'd be better
Yeah.
to just not do damage. He probably hops up faster if you don't do any damage as well.
So Dean's
Although I
got
don't
lantern
know.
equipped. I'm not sure what he's gonna do with that, but I'm kind of excited to see.
We're gonna take it out before the ending blow.
Yeah, and then maybe put boots on and then throw the ball and chain a couple times. Also, I don't know. I always pull the ball and chain out during the Zat fight. Like, I don't know if you just never noticed or
It looked like you were doing like ball and chain quick
but I was-
spins.
No, it was funny.
Oh yeah, I love doing that. Yeah, you pull it out and spin your control stick, and Link just is having a seizure. It looks like.
Yeah.
No, Dean.
Yeah. I
So
didn't
are
see
you
if
excited to
Dean
go
did
up
the Mega
against
Spin there.
Oh,
Doopsy?
I'm very excited. It'll be a very good race.
I hope it's a
SPM
close one.
will battle off.
I hope it's not decided before Morpheal.
Oh, it won't be. It won't be. It'll be a good race.
Yeah, and we're still waiting on the last chance pool, but that should be done pretty soon here. So, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna like try to schedule that super quickly or not, because the rest of the bracket is still like a little bit behind.
But yeah,
It would
I'm
be
probably
fun
gonna
to
wait
see.
it out. I'm probably gonna wait it out a couple weeks because I'm gonna be traveling
Oh, okay.
mid-July, so I'll do it right before I leave probably, and then that way I'm not holding up the tournament too much.
Yeah. Well, I
So I have to
think
leave
like
for a week and a half in July. So
right. I think like the way it's looking right now, that's probably fine in terms of the timing, because like
oh yeah, it'll be fine.
Well-
Yeah, I'll just race Stoopsy right before I leave, and then it'll work out perfectly. I think I might be a little behind on
Yeah.
doing my next race after that, but not by much. So
right. Yeah, because I was just thinking like just looking at the way the bracket works, like the next races that would depend on y'all's race are winners bracket round 3, which is a couple rounds away, and then also the losers bracket round 2, which is also going to be a couple matches away. So, because
actually,
I
how do I
think
see the
one of those
bracket?
matches, I can put it in the CSR chat.
Okay, I figured it's probably pinned somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
So Dean pretty close to finishing here. So
Yo, Cordy, these stats are so crazy, by the way, that
Yeah.
you came up with.
Thank
It's really
you.
cool.
I'm about to update it with this new race actually. As soon as Dean finishes, I'll upload the new stuff.
Yeah. Wow, there's so much people in this. This is crazy. This is more people than last time, right? I think.
Yep, 32.
How much was last? Like, how much was Wolfdash 2? It was,
I
or
believe it
3.
was something like 27, but I could be wrong about that.
Oh, okay.
What is happening?
It's funny. I didn't even remember that I won Wolfdash 2, like for some reason, until someone reminded me. I was like, oh yeah, because I just totally forgot about it. I don't know.
Nice claw shot to the face.
Man, Ganon was like, screw that.
if he's trying to get the chance, I think
I
somebody.
love that.
Oh, he's
Ganon
trying to get
went
out of bounds. That's what it is. There we go.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Does he come back in?
I forget if you can also get out of bounds here. It's been a while
Yeah,
since
you
I've
can
seen
go to
this.
bounds. Yeah,
Nice.
Oh, but he can just walk back in. Okay.
yeah. If
Or
you
jump.
get out of bounds, it's really interesting. None of the loading zones are there for the places, unfortunately. But that would be cool if there was, because maybe that would be the best backup to missing ending blow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clip out of bounds, hit a loading zone, and then go get your ending blow, and then come back.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Like, you just leave him on the ground waiting.
Actually, I never tried seeing if there's the grottos open. If the grottos were open, that would be cool. I kind of want to try that
I
on
don't think
easy.
they are. I'm pretty
think
sure
grottos
there's
are just
nothing on
load
this
zones.
map except for this.
I don't know. This
Like, I
map
guess
is
you could
literally
void, but
this map literally has everything on it. Like it's the same map, other than
Dean's
they
gonna game
disabled
over.
loading zones. I guess. No, you can get some skulls, right? Oh, never mind. Zombie hover. Okay.
I think this puts you back in the sword fight. I want to say.
I have no idea. I've never died here before. How
Yeah, it
generous.
does.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think I knew that from. There's like I was a long time ago. I was trying to come up with a way of doing this blindfolded.
No, I think
it's
you
nice to
actually
know.
died. I think you actually died during the fight. That's probably what
Huh?
happened. You actually
No,
died in an 80% run. That's what happened.
no, no,
You
no.
just
That
picked
is
up
not a thing that's happened. Do not slander me.
GG.
Stop that. GG Dean, by the way.
the-
I have definitely not died to Ganondorf, okay? Like, let's not. No.
Dean.
How are you feeling, Dean?
Gross. Just the gross.
Yeah, I understand. I know that feeling.
When I looked at the fact that bed for PB entering lake bed, I was like, yeah, this is
Dean, did
some
you
ass.
done, by the way, in the race time?
It does.
It didn't do it automatically.
Well,
fine.
plus another. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
I thought it was linked up via the thing because I had it out via like Racetime GG linked to the live split, but it wasn't.
Usually it does work if it's doing that, but yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Huh. Oh well.
So,
Yeah.
Dean,
No.
you'll be
Rough.
going up against Glubbers. Are you excited about that?
I am, because Glovers and I actually it's a coin toss as to who could win, whereas this match
Yeah.
was probably decided before we went into it, as much as Zach doesn't believe that. That like Glovers and I have like a super similar play style and also like really close for PB and consistency, so I would imagine that it would be basically anyone's race and probably really fun to watch.
Yeah, I know that Glubbers has been complaining about being a little bit rusty recently, so I'm not sure how much he's been able to practice since I heard that, but so that should be interesting though.
Well, if I wouldn't have just thrown the last 2 minutes, it would have been like a mid 308, high like low 39. But like,
Yeah, which is like perfectly okay. I know it doesn't feel good in like how it happened, but it's like at least somewhat respectable.
I mean, I finished the run. That's literally about the only respectable thing I did, and got one like a 0 cycle Deku Toad that was backed up a bullshit Morpheal. Like, I don't know. I was just trying really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Lost
was tough.
rupees.
I'm surprised you didn't go for both of the yellows in Zora's Domain.
No, I didn't like know about it. I haven't seen like a visual or anyone doing it lately, so I'd have to
Well, you can just like watch what Zach did because he caught both of them. You just like
There's-
B attack kind of at the top to get to. Yeah, there's one on a ledge at the very top that you didn't get.
Yeah, there's so many like subtle, tiny optimizations that top runners have been doing that I've been just like subtly missing out because I'm like, maybe I'll just do decent, and even decent isn't even a far cry. So it's like,
So, what were your thoughts on the constant switch of the lead up through Morpheal?
that at least didn't destroy my like morale. I mean, like it was like, you know what, at least we're like sitting here in a race instead of it just like, oh, I missed Hugo and then ZachLink just runs like, if ZachLink would just had like a consistent run, that would have been like plus 15 minutes on me, which is getting anything above a 303, 305 for me is like really, really bad at this point. So it's just, I don't know. Some days it's easy and effortless, and some days you can't do any. Really? We just casually walked up and did Stellar Skip, no problem.
Yeah, Stellar Skip was pretty nice for both of us. So that was good. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think consistency is the most important thing for these races, and that's something that I struggle with. I don't know. I'm still kind of confused on how I did it last time, because I think I just lost consistency. I just got to get it back, which I'm getting a little more consistent as I go.
Well, I mean, if not for the Oop crash, like this would have been a pretty good run.
Yeah, would have been okay.
Anyway,
but yeah, I don't know. I have nothing much to say other than I'm salty. Like,
yeah.
Will there be a run back?
Oh, it's almost midnight here. I mean, I could
tomorrow maybe.
Probably. for sure. It's just a terrible representation. It's like, oh, what am I gonna go practice after this run? Well, it's just like everything was bad, so it's like,
Yeah,
might
I
as well
think you
forget.
Yeah, you just gotta forget it happened, honestly. I think that's where I'm at with this run. Just forget it happened and move on.
The other day,
Usually, I don't
was
know
like-
if you heard what I was saying, Dean, before you joined the call, but like this game just feels like if you make a mistake, everything just starts, like, you just start bleeding time everywhere after that mistake usually.
the other day there was a race with like 6 or 7 people, like Nimzo, Beast, Cass, and like a bunch of others. And I didn't actually join the race time, but I raced alongside of everybody at the same time in the VC. I had no warm up, no practice, hadn't played the game in 4 days, and I had like a 2:57 run into Palace, like just casually. And then today I warmed up and made sure I was like, ready to go, and it was just terrible. I was like, what do you even do?
That's the classic. That's exactly how I felt after the pools race that I did. Which,
Like, why even practice? I mean,
I
my best
totally
part of the
get it.
run was side hop bit. That was
Hey,
my redeeming moment, and after
At
that
least
was
this run didn't knock you out of the main bracket. Like, you still get to go through the losers bracket, which is you have more chances at least. So
I
it's
suppose.
it's recoverable. But I totally understand the feeling. It feels like shit. I mean, because I was the same thing with me. I was like doing practice before then, like everything was going well, and then literally everything went wrong during the race. It was so bad.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
Hugo attempts in practice were fire. I was like, this feels effortless, and then I got in, and it was just like probably a frame later or something like that for the jump attack, and then the second attempt was just like too close to the trigger, so it's just
Yeah.
Yeah, you just never know how it's gonna go when you actually have to perform.
Yeah, like I've done live events for like charity and stuff like that too that haven't been this bad either. So it's like just one of those days, I guess.
Yeah, easy to bounce back from.
I mean, I can guarantee that probably any run I attempt is probably gonna be better than this. So it's like it's one of those things at least.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, if you do a salty run back after this, you would probably go to bed. But if you did one, you would probably get like a 256 or something. It would just happen.
It would probably be low 3 if at worst it'd be like a 302. At worst,
Yeah.
probably, yeah, easily.
Like, that's just how it happens all the time. It's like when you need a good run, you get a bad run, and then you immediately do a salty run back, and it's like the best run you've seen in a while. It's like insane. It's just the TP
super
gods are
overdue.
not nice sometimes.
Salty
super
run backs
overdue for
never
a
worked
PB.
for me.
I'm so overdue for a PB right now. Like, I think I got my 256 like last August, so it's been like 9 months at this point. So, happening soon, probably. Soon, TM.
But did y'all have any other thoughts on the race or the bracket or anything generally?
No, I
Not really.
be just salt. PJ
Yeah.
salt.
I'm a little salty, but it is what it is.
So yeah, we have I believe 2 round 2s now decided, Marco and G's and Doopsy and Zach, and then 2 losers bracket rounds, Glovers and Dean, and then Teabag and Cass.
Yeah, so that'll be exciting to see. Good luck on your races, Dean. Nice seeing
Thanks,
you
man.
again.
You
It was
too.
fun racing.
Yeah, we'll be back again.
Yeah.
All right, that about it.
I think so.
Close it out.
Alright then,
Right.
GG's again to you both, Zach and Dean, and thanks to our console here, Jackade, Cordy, and Simikins for doing the first half. Just to give
Thanks,
people a
guys.
follow
Thanks for the
here.
restream.
And then let's see, coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we'll have more races for this tournament coming up as we pick up crews and put them on the schedule. It looks like the next one on here is Thursday, tomorrow. That'll be 6 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Redemption Bracket Round 1 between Mindolin and Fodder Cannon. We also have a whole lot of Link to the Past randomizer matches. There's 2 different tournaments going on right now for them. The Survivors of Hyrule tournament is in the middle of quarterfinals of it right now, and the Cross King tournament is starting up tomorrow. So there will be plenty of matches for that if you want to watch those. But in the meantime, that is going to be it here for us tonight. I'm gonna raid you on over to someone playing some more Zelda, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.
We'll see you. Thank you.
Yep.
See you guys. Thanks.